Well, hey, you're all wet, huh?
Yeah, but it's actually starting to let up out there.
Well, I hope so. You know, Wang's been in the kitchen. He's been having a fit. This tree limb blew in the window, and he's been cleaning it up ever since.
Well, he's lucky he didn't have any more damage. You know, last night is possibly one of the worst storms I've ever seen for this time of year.
Yeah, I know. Hey, want some coffee?
Yeah, I would like some. Where were you?
When?
Last night. I was kind of worried about you. I tried calling your apartment, but there wasn't any answer.
Hey, did you hear about the good news about Ruby?
No, what?
Well, it looks like she's found herself a little backer for the coop.
Who?
Lurleen Harper.
Oh, I told her to leave poor Lurleen alone.
Well, she moved out to the Marshall Ranch, packed up Lurleen, and moved her right into Billy Joe's apartment. So she's got Lurleen right where she wants her.
I can't believe that Kate would let her get away with it. What happened to your face?
Nothing.
Don't tell me nothing. You got some bruises there, honey. What happened?
It's nothing, Ricky.
I hope you choke. For your mother's sake, you better hope I don't. I'm gonna slap a lawsuit on her when I get out of here. Ashley, you know as well as I do, this has nothing to do with my mother. It's not her fault. It's an act of God. Oh, I didn't know he was in the elevator business. You can't hold the owner of a building responsible for a power failure. Oh, yes, I can. I have been in here for 13 hours, and no one has even made an attempt to rescue me. No one knows we're here. Obviously. And your mother's too cheap to have security guards or mechanics on duty at night.
Look, honey, no one is forcing you to stay here. You can always move out, you know.
How? As far as I know, this elevator hasn't moved all night.
I'm getting sick and tired of hearing you complain.
Oh, really? Do us all a favor. Why don't you leave?
There's a yellow rose.
Shut up! If you do that one more time, I'm going to kill you, TJ.
Well, if you don't like the Yellow Rose of Texas, I do a real great rendition of On the Streets of Laredo.
Shut up.
Well, we can make a trio.
Well, it's about time.
Hey, is there anybody in there?
Yeah,
we're stuck in the elevator.
Help! Help!
I think there's somebody in there.
Get us out!
Hold on, folks.
At last.
Oh. 13 hours and 11 minutes.
It seems more like 40 days and 40 nights. You know what? Your perfume really stinks.
No. Please, lie still. I just want to see if I can wipe some of this perspiration off you. Don't want you to catch a chill. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt you? Are you all right? I'm so sorry that I shot at you, but through the door I was just so frightened.
I'm glad you were such a bad shot.
No! Don't! Whoever you are, please, just hold on. Hello, operator? Oh, Lord, what am I going to do? Rise and shine! What? Rise and shine, darling!
Ruby! Will you keep it down to scream? Huh? Your voice echoing inside my head.
What's the matter, hungover?
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, I don't feel very well.
Here, this will make you feel better.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm, try it. Here, I got one for you, too.
Oh, later.
Oh. Well, at least I fended off that cold that was coming on. Do we have any aspirin?
You guys must have been drinking some pretty potent medicine last night. I came in, you were both passed out cold.
Oh, I feel terrible. My legs and my head. Well, it comes with the territory, honey. That's the price you pay. Oh, I forgot it could be this bad. Well, I used to remember my granddaddy when he was having a bad day. But I never did.
Oh, well, there's a first time for everything.
Well, I'm not going to drink anymore.
I heard that before.
Ruby, will you just shut up and get the girl some aspirin?
All right. But not until you guys tell me what went on here last night.
Oh, nothing went on, Ruby. Nothing at all.
All right, now I really want to know what went on here.
Oh, boy, I had such a terrible night last night. Electricity was out for hours. Have you ever tried to change a diaper by candlelight?
Can't say as I have.
Well, listen to me. It's no fun. I only hope the storm isn't going to stop customers from coming in.
Just let me worry about that, Neat. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything. I guess I'm just still upset about last night.
Did you get caught in the storm?
No, I got stood up for dinner.
By Elliot?
Well, I wound up with Elliot, but I was supposed to be having dinner with T.J. Canfield.
Oh. What happened?
Well, I waited at the top of the World Club. He never showed up. He didn't even call. He still hasn't.
Oh, that's terrible. How rude.
I think so, too. But I'm not going to spend any more time worrying about it. Thank you, Jeannie. So, have you been working on your sketches, Nita?
Yeah.
You know, I think if you keep at it, that we should put some of your designs into production.
Oh, they're not real designs. They're just dreams, drawings on paper.
Yeah, well, dreams have a way of working out, you know? You know, I was also thinking that I think we should come up with a name for your creations.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
Well, why not? Every line of clothes has a name.
I just feel so... Oh, it would be kind of neat, though. Having my own design sold here.
That's it.
What?
Why don't we simply call them Nitas?
I've never been so glad to get out of a place in my whole life.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. It's been a long night. You girls have worn me out.
You're gross.
Thank you. I didn't know you were so sensitive, Rena. I thought that you were a Texas girl.
Forget it, TJ.
Okay. Gotta admit, though, this has been an interesting experience.
Oh, a fantastic experience if you're into torture. First thing, I'd rather spend 6 weeks on the Sahara with a camel.
Oh, no! Not again!
Move this thing or my mother will have your...
As I walked out in the streets of the rain.
Shut up!
Right.
I'll kill him! With my bare hands, I'll kill him!
Wait. Oh, ladies, ladies. Now we're moving.
I'll never get on an elevator with you two again.
If you remember, I didn't want to get on this one with you to begin with.
So why did you?
Hey! Now remember what I told you, you know? When people are thrown together in a disaster like this, it makes friends for life out of strangers.
Fortunately, you two are not strangers.
Hey, are you folks okay?
Well, I'm fine now that I'm out of that Iron Maiden.
What took you so long?
Well, he did the best job he could, Ashley.
So now you're going to start defending.
Ashley, Rena, come on. Let's just forget it, huh? We've been under a lot of strain.
Yeah, I'm going home.
Tell your mama. She's going to be hearing from me.
Well, thanks a lot, old buddy. As I walked out in the street of Laredo, as I walked out...
I'm going to have to get the gardener out here the first thing tomorrow. That storm made a mess of everything.
The wind split that cottonwood up the street. Everything was blocked off when I came in last night.
Like some more coffee, honey?
Oh, I'm fine.
Stryker, watching the phone is not going to make it ring.
Where is she?
I don't know, but she's a big girl. She can take care of herself.
Well, under normal circumstances, yes, but after last night, you don't think she's in an accident, do you?
No. If she had been, we would have heard by now. Well, I suspect that she met a friend, and when the weather turned bad, she decided to stay where she was.
Wouldn't you call?
Not necessarily.
Think she's with a man?
Possible.
I hope not. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I'll tell you one thing, she better not be with TJ.
No, Rena's not very fond of TJ.
Neither am I. I can't figure that young man out. He had our trust, he had a good job. I don't know what he wanted.
Apparently, he wanted a partnership in your law firm. Or the presidency of World Oil.
Never showed that kind of ambition before. How come now, all of a sudden?
A man can change, Stryker. It's a sign of maturity.
Not a sign of maturity going over to Marshall Oil.
I'm not so sure about that. At Marshall Oil, he'll be his own man.
He could have been his own man at World Oil.
Could he?
The boy's like a son to me. He betrayed me, and I don't like it, and I don't understand it. I just don't understand.
I'm sorry I frightened you.
I just, when you passed out, I thought you were...
I understand. I understand.
I'm just not equipped to...
It's all right. Where is this place, anyway?
You're on the Marshall Ranch. It's not too far out of Houston.
That makes sense. On the survey map that I was using, I figured I must have walked a couple of miles. So are we the only ones here?
For the moment, the ranch hands are down at the bunkhouse, and my son and his grandmother were caught in a storm. Must have been.
What time is it?
It's early. Storm's all over. What happened? I mean...
You mean, how did I get here?
Yes.
I was working out in the hills about 10 miles from here.
Working on what?
The survey. Was something private. Storm blew up, and I jumped into the Jeep and headed back in over that old cattle road.
Nobody even uses that road anymore.
I know. And nobody's going to be using it again, at least not for a long time.
So what happened?
Well, you know that old wooden bridge over the Arroyo?
You mean the dry wash?
Yeah. Well, the Jeep was in the middle of that, and flash flood just shot up from nowhere, and the whole structure just collapsed like a deck of cards. And the Jeep and me with it.
That's a good 20-foot drop.
At least. Anyway, the water broke the fall. The Jeep landed upside down, and I got free. The current carried me down a ways, and finally it just threw me up in a dry spot and was covered in pine scrub. I must have passed out for a while.
So, how did you get here?
Well, I walked, hobbled, crawled, and I saw that light on in your stable before you turned it out.
Oh, I tell you, you scared me half to death.
I'm sorry I wasn't all that coherent at the time.
No, I'd call a doctor, but the lines have been down since last night.
Well, I guess I'll just have to make do with my own special angel of mercy.
An angel of mercy shot at you.
Well, she missed.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah. Just as long as you don't go away.
No, I won't. I promise I'll stay right here.
Good. Good.
Elena,
Will you stop getting worked up over nothing?
I can see the bruises on your face. Now, don't tell me it was nothing.
Well, that's exactly what they are. They're nothing.
Where did you get them?
I fell. Last night in the rain, it was slippery.
How did you fall?
Look, Ricky, I'm embarrassed enough as it is that I was so clumsy. Now, are you going to really force me to tell you this whole story?
Well, I wish you would.
Oh, okay. Look, I was going back to my car, when it was raining, and there was this huge, huge puddle, and I tried to jump over it, and I tripped.
And you fell in the street.
Yes.
And that's how you got those bruises on your face?
Well,
Come on, Elena.
I fell against the car, Ricky.
And it reached out and smacked you one, huh?
Come on, Ricky, what are you trying to prove?
Elena, you got the kind of bruises that you get when somebody hits you. You've been roughed up. I want to know who did it.
I think that you've been a cop a little bit too long. I think your imagination is running away with you.
It was Bo Baker, wasn't it?
No, I told you what happened.
Why?
Because it was slippery and I...
Why are you protecting him?
Why are you so sure it's Bo?
Because Bo is the only one around here who would do something like that.
Look, even if it was Bo, and I'm not saying it was, I can handle him.
Yeah, I can see that. I warned you about him.
Ricky, I fell. I slipped and I fell.
Bo Baker did it, didn't he?
Ricky, you stay out of this.
I'm going to find Bo Baker, and when I do, he's going to be sorry he ever laid eyes on you, girl.
Ricky.
I'm not leaving for the coop until you tell me exactly what went on between you two last night.
Nothing went on, Ruby. Use your head. Now, I came in here last night, soaking wet, and I made myself some toddy to fight off a cold, and Lurleen said she'd join me with one.
That's right. And then we had a conversation, a very nice conversation.
Very nice.
And a few more toddies.
You?
Yeah, well, that was a mistake. But we don't have colds this morning, and I had fun talking to Billy Joe. You have a very nice brother, Ruby.
Honey, I just want to apologize, Lurleen, for letting you get drunk. I just didn't think. I'm sorry.
It wasn't your fault, Billy Joe. I was the one that did all the drinking.
Oh, you take it easy there, girl. You take her easy. It looks like we both got a real bad case of the morning afters, huh?
Well, it's not going to happen again because there's going to be no more drinking as long as Lurleen is in this house.
Well, you don't have to worry about that.
She's going to be all right, Ruby. All she needs is a little breakfast, that's all.
Maybe. But I think what she needs is her own apartment. I think we've got to find you your own place. It's going to be real nice. We've got to find it real soon.
Oh, that'd be wonderful, Ruby. I've always wanted a place of my own. Of course, I never lived in a city before. It'd be a little scary.
Oh, there's nothing to be scared of.
Well, of course not for you, Ruby. I mean, you're used to living on your own, but Lurleen here's different. I mean, Houston's kind of a tough place. A lot of grabbers out there. And Lurleen here, well, she doesn't have the kind of experience that you have.
I know that, Billy Joe, and that's why I'm going to take care of her.
Well, good. Don't you worry, darling, because old Billy Joe's going to look out for you, too.
Oh, thank you. I can't get over this. Just a week ago, I thought I was going to be so lonely when my granddaddy died. And now I got friends. 2 wonderful friends who worry about me and fuss over me.
We're not fussing over you, honey. We just want to make sure you're real safe and happy while you're here in Houston. So don't you worry about anything, because I'm just going to take care of you.
You're disappointed in TJ, but there's no point in bearing a grudge.
I know, I can't help it.
Stryker, one vindictive person in this family is just about all I can handle, so will you please try to forget TJ? And as far as Rena is concerned, I'm sure she has a perfectly good reason for not coming home last night, or not calling.
She better have.
Stryker, you've got to stop thinking of Rena as a little girl.
Well, she is my little girl.
Daddy, hi.
Good morning, sweetheart.
Hello, Mama.
Where have you been?
In an elevator?
Elevator.
I spent the whole night stuck in an elevator in one of your buildings, Mama.
Oh, honey, how awful. Were you alone?
No, I was with TJ and Ashley.
What? All night?
All night.
Oh,
I'd like to have seen that.
Oh, Daddy, it was ghastly.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Mama, you got to do something about the maintenance of that building. I swear, if I had spent another 5 minutes in that elevator, I would have killed them.
What were you doing there in the first place?
I was over at Marshall Oil.
Oh?
Why?
Gloating. I've really fixed Justin this time, Daddy.
Rena, you promised.
Okay, where is he?
Who?
Bo.
Why are you so anxious to find Bo?
I told you to get rid of that guy and you wouldn't listen.
No, and I still won't. I told you before, this is a free country. I got a right to manage anybody I want.
Not a piece of scum like Bo.
Save your breath, Ricky.
Look, you got a responsibility to me and Billy Joe. Bo Baker is a deadbeat. He's going to bring you down, Ruby, and he just might bring us along with you.
You know, you're awful quick to pass judgment. What do you really know about Bo, anyway?
I know he likes to beat up on girls.
What are you talking about?
Elena, did you see what your client did to her last night?
Bo would never raise his hand against a woman.
You better think again, Ruby. I saw the bruises on her face, and I know they're Bo's work.
Who told you, Elena? You're way out of line, Ricky. Look, Elena's out to get me, and she'll say anything that comes into her head if she thinks it's going to cause me trouble.
Elena didn't tell me anything. As a matter of fact, she claims that she fell in the rain.
Well, then why don't you believe her? Why do you have this overwhelming dislike for Bo?
It's a little more than an overwhelming dislike. As a matter of fact, if I get my hands on him, I'm going to kill him.
All right. So you're going to do this big macho number on Bo. So what's that going to prove?
It's going to prove that nobody hits my sister and gets away with it.
Look, Ricky, this whole thing is silly, and you're going to end up causing us a lot of trouble.
I think Bo Baker's already done that, don't you?
Well, what do you think Vicki Bellman's going to say if you get arrested for punching out
I
Bo?
don't care about Vicki Bellman.
Well, you should. She cares about you. She cares about what kind of image you're going to project.
Hey, Ruby, Ricky. Glad to see you two weathered the storm all right.
Are you sure what you did to Justin was business and not personal?
Absolutely. I beat him fair and square.
Well, I hope so. But I'll have to get the story later. I have an appointment this morning with Mr. Pursley from the Austin affiliate. See you later, honey. And, sweetheart, I'll have Beth fix you some breakfast. You've got to be starved.
I'm so hungry I could eat the furniture in this place.
All right. Tell me what you've done.
Well, you know that Justin made a deal to buy the A-side chain of filling stations, right?
Yes, that was already closed.
But it wasn't. You see, Justin's deal didn't provide any money for him to pay off the station franchise owners. So the station franchise owners decided to meet in Dallas, and they filed an injunction to close the sale.
I see, and because World Oil was bidding you up to Dallas to join in the injunction.
Precisely.
Well, what happened?
Well, Judge Warnick, he granted the injunction, and now Justin has to come up with a whole bunch of money, which he doesn't have, or lose the stations.
That's got him, honey.
You bet it does. Daddy, Justin is finished. He can't survive without those stations. You know what else it means?
What?
It means that TJ goes down right with him. I can't think of anyone who deserves that more than he does.
I am proud of you, honey. You handled this like a real pro.
I am a real pro. I'm my daddy's girl.
You certainly are that. You certainly are. Let's get you some breakfast.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. It's good. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Oh, but the just sketches.
Yes, but all clothes start out as sketches, Nita. I have this feeling that Nita's are going to be very real.
very soon.
Dream on, Ms. Marshall.
Ms. Marshall?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, before you drag out the tar and the feathers, let me explain.
Explain? I don't think there's anything to explain. We had a date at the Top of the World Club. I was there. You weren't. I think that speaks for itself.
Well, I was tied up.
Well, that's fine. That happens. You might have had the courtesy to call.
Well, I couldn't.
Why not?
Because there wasn't a telephone.
This is the 20th century, TJ. There is always a telephone.
Well, the one in the elevator didn't work.
In the elevator.
I was stuck in an elevator.
For 24 hours.
No, for 13 hours and 29 minutes, to be precise.
Oh, that's very clever. Is that really the best you can do?
Yep.
Well, that is the worst excuse I have ever heard.
Well, it's the truth.
Well, then you better trot right out there and find another one, because that is a bunch of junk.
Hey, you two. You died.
Nobody yet.
Well, maybe you guys ought to lighten up, because in case you haven't noticed it, the storm's over.
Last night was a big mistake, Bo.
Last night?
Next time you're looking for a sparring partner, why don't you pick on somebody your own size, like me?
Well, I'm finding this all real interesting, but I'm not exactly a mind reader. What's he talking about?
I'm talking about my sister.
Your sister, Elena? Nice girl, good singer, too.
I told you to stay away from her.
Well, maybe you're talking to the wrong person. It seems to me you ought to say that to Elena. She seems to like my company.
You hit her, didn't you?
What?
I saw the bruises, Bo. What's the matter? You like hitting women?
Hey, wait a minute, buddy. I don't know what the devil that sister of yours told you, but you got it all backwards.
Oh, just cool it.
You know, that little Elena of yours is not exactly a debutante either. She knows what she wants. Otherwise, how could she stand with that killer all that time?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if a man like that can't keep her off, what chance do I have?
Tonight, pumpkin.
You see that cottonwood up the street?
How could I miss it? Yeah, you got a little damage here, too, yourself.
Yeah.
You know, Stryker, when Rena came into my office with that plan, it was so well thought out that all I could do was simply approve it.
I'm quite proud of her, Grant.
You ought to be. Stryker, there's something else we have to talk about. It's TJ. You know, I really wasn't surprised at his move, but it sure made me mad.
Made me mad, too. I should have known something was up when he asked for a partnership. I've been too complacent about TJ. Nothing we do now. He's made his bed with Justin. He's going to have to sleep in it.
Well, especially now that Rena's pulled that coup.
TJ was like a son to me.
Yeah, I placed my trust in him, too. Well, I guess it proves the old adage, doesn't it, Stryker? You never stop learning about human nature.
Hey!
Oh,
Hey, you don't look so good this morning.
I've had better days.
Oh, what's the matter? Your new living situation getting to you?
No,
Well, where are your roommates anyway?
they're out.
Well, maybe all the little pantyhose hanging in the showers getting to you and driving you to drink.
Look, Lena, I'm just trying to help Ruby out by taking Lorleen in on a temporary basis. That's all.
Are you sure it's temporary?
Of course, I'm sure. Lurleen's out looking at apartments right now. Look, why don't you just stay off my case, okay?
I'm not on your case, Billy Joe. I'm on Ruby's.
That's a big mistake. And if you keep messing around with Bo, you're going to wind up in a lot of trouble.
Well, I don't think so. I think when I find out the answer to some of my questions, it's Bo and Ruby that are going to be in trouble.
I'll warn you, Lena. Stay away from Bo.
Are you trying to protect him?
Of course not. It's you I'm worried about.
You know something about him you're not telling me.
Look, I don't feel too good right now, Lena, and you're just making it all worse.
I'm just trying to get the answers to some simple questions.
What's the point of all this? I mean, what do you hope to accomplish by fooling around with Bo? Now, just forget it, Elena. Stay out of Bo's life. Forget the whole thing.
You do know something about him, and you're hiding it, aren't you?
Oh, it's my darling, you can go on this way. Far off in
Come on, Bo, wake up. Come on. Open your eyes.
Oh!
Oh, Bo?
That hurt.
You okay?
Get that thing away from me.
I warned you not to mess with Ricky, Bo.
Shut up. Dicker's got the brains of a jackass. Kicks like 1, 2. What's the damage?
You look terrible, and it serves you right.
Careful what you say.
You brought this whole thing on yourself, you know, Bo. I warned you not to come on to Elena.
I didn't come on to Elena. She came on to me.
Oh, and I wonder why she did that.
I suppose it was the same reason you did, Pumpkin.
Why did you have to rough her up?
Because the little brat is a tease. She led me on, and then at the last minute changed her mind.
That's great, Bo. Now we're in high school.
Well, don't start.
You're a grown man, Bo. You got exactly what you deserve.
Yeah, well, you haven't heard the end of this.
Well, I hope for your sake I have. Because if you try another stunt like that, Ricky Decker's going to come and kill you.
So he's gonna get killed, all right, but it ain't gonna be me.
Forget it, Bo. If you go after Ricky, he's going to break every bone in your body.
No, he's not, Pumpkin. Because the next time I go after Ricky Decker, it's not gonna be with my fists. Oh, I hurt all over.
What do you mean it's not going to be with your fists?
I got ways.
Oh, don't do anything stupid. It isn't worth it.
I'll take care of Ricky Decker.
Oh, it's too dangerous.
Not the way I'm gonna handle it.
Oh, you are crazy.
Yeah, you better start finding yourself another meal ticket real quick. Because, Pumpkin, Ricky Decker is as good as dead.
After your nap?
Oh, ribs are still a little sore. I guess I'm gonna make it okay.
It's good. As soon as the lines come back on, I'll call the doctor pretty soon.
You've got a man out in this neighborhood?
Mm-hmm. Doc Williams from Marshall Village. He's kind of an old country doctor, but he certainly is a whiz when it comes to rolling tape and a couple of splints.
You know, I think it's about time that we introduced ourselves. This battered specimen that you dragged out of the rain is named Miles Rehnquist.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Miles Rehnquist. I'm Ginny Connor.
Jenny, I like that. That suits you.
Oh, here, come here. Let me take a look at this. Wait a second. Now tell me where it hurts, okay? Here. Here. Over here.
Oh. Right there, it feels just fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Have I embarrassed you?
No.
Good, because I wouldn't want to do that. I'm just a very tired and very grateful man to have his own special angel. Is there any brandy in the house? Well, could I have some? May ease the pain a little.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I should have thought of that myself. I'll get some.
Why don't you pour one for yourself? Well, I hate to drink alone.
Well, I guess it's really not like drinking in the morning. We have been up all night. Okay, I'll join you. You know, Miles, you really did give me quite a scare when you were pounding and scratching at that door.
Well, how do you think I felt when you cut loose with that gun? Here's to more stormy nights.
Okay, how long are you going to stay here?
Until I can make you really believe that I was stuck in an elevator.
Why didn't you tell me that your canary died or you were kidnapped by pirates?
Would you believe that?
No, but I might get a laugh out of it.
You might get a laugh out of the truth.
Why? Was it a funny elevator?
No, but it was a full one. I wasn't alone.
Oh. So who else were you sharing an elevator with?
Ashley Marshall and Rena Decker.
You're kidding.
Unfortunately not. It was like spending the night at the OK Corral.
That is really the truth, TJ. Then I think you're lucky to be alive.
I'm not exactly sure I am.
How did you, manage to keep the peace?
I sang.
You sang?
Whenever I felt that we were on the verge of war, I went into a flawless rendition of the Yellow Rose of Texas. Well, it worked pretty well. No, they got so annoyed at me that they forgot about each other.
Well, poor man.
Look, that's not the half of it. About 3 a.m., I finally persuaded them into trying to get some sleep.
And?
Well, one of them snores.
Who?
I'm not sure, but I think it's Rena. Look, may I make this up to you? I promise I will stay away from elevators and I will be on time for dinner.
Where will we go?
Oh, I don't care, as long as it's on the ground floor.
I don't know. Getting stuck in an elevator with me might not be so bad. What do you think?
Sorry, no elevators. Set a date? I'll get cleaned up and everything.
You have one more chance, Mr. Canfield. Better make it good.
Yes? Karen, I don't think I know any Mr. Shaw. All right. Send him in. Come in.
Mrs. Marshall.
Yes?
I'm Howard Shaw. I'm an attorney here at Houston.
Yes. It's nice to meet you. How can I help you, Mr. Shaw?
Well, do you know Oliver Farnsworth?
Well, of course I do. He's my aunt's attorney, my Aunt Hildy in Savannah.
Would you like to sit down?
Mr. Shaw, what is it that Mr. Farnsworth wants you to tell me?
I have bad news, Mrs. Marshall. Your Aunt Hildy is dead.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
My Aunt Hildy is dead?
She passed on yesterday. She was vacationing on the French Riviera.
Yes, she was in Saint-Tropez.
The funeral arrangements have been taken care of. Her good friend, Iris Wheeler's taking care of everything.
Yes, Iris.
Oh, she left New York immediately. She will see to it that your aunt's service is handled with dignity.
Oh. I can't believe it. My, Aunt Hildy is so, I can't believe that she's gone.
I'm afraid she is.
poor Aunt Hill.
Oh. I'm so sorry, my dear.
Aunt Hilda, you can't be gone.
You must bear up under this. I know it's terribly difficult for you.
I need
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to have had to bring you the news.
Does it hurt much?
Only when I love.
That's a terribly old line.
No, just terrible. You know something?
What?
You should never stop smiling.
Why?
Well, it makes you look even prettier.
Thank you. You know, we really should get you to a doctor.
I don't need a doctor. Hey, you're doing just fine.
What if you're seriously injured or...
I will be all right.
Is it too tight?
No, it's fine. It's fine. As a matter of fact, it's perfect. I want to thank you again for taking care of me.
I feel so bad. I mean, I almost killed you.
Well, you didn't, and that's the main thing. I want to thank you for something else, too.
What?
Not asking me a lot of questions that I can't answer.
About what?
About me.
You're very strange.
I think eccentric would be a better word for it.
Don't you want to talk about yourself?
No, I'd rather not, and... Look, I'm sorry for being so oblique, but I do have my reasons. And if you're wondering, I'm definitely not being hunted by the police.
How do I know that's the truth?
Well, you're just going to have to take my word for it.
Dead?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Marshall.
What happened?
She was vacationing on the Riviera. It was a heart attack.
I knew she had heart problems. I should have taken more responsibility. She already had too much on her. She was trying to gallivant all over the world.
No, don't. That's not going to help.
What happens now?
The funeral is in Savannah tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Mr. Farnsworth wants you to leave right away.
I can't do that. My husband's still in Dallas. I mean, he's counting on me to run everything here. I can't just up and leave him.
Death is never convenient, Mrs. Marshall.
I didn't mean that. I love my Aunt Hildy very much. I just feel like I have been torn into 1,000 pieces, and I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound unkind.
I know you didn't. I guess I'm sounding awfully selfish.
Not at all. Your reactions are perfectly normal. But it is very important that you leave for Savannah as soon as possible.
Mr. Shaw, there's something you're not telling me, isn't there?
There is the matter of the custody decision.
You're talking about Gregory, my aunt's son?
And your sister, Allison. According to the terms of your aunt's will, both Gregory and your sister, Allison, become your wards.
Ruby. Will you stop that? What do you think you're doing? We're going to talk about Bo.
I heard he roughed you up last night, but from what I heard, you had it coming.
Oh, is that what he told you?
He told me you came on to him and then you wouldn't deliver. That's no way to treat a guy, Elena.
Why are you always defending him?
I'm not defending him.
What's he got on you?
Nothing. And I'm sick of all these questions.
Well, be straight with me and I'll stop asking.
I am being straight. Bo is my client and that's it.
I don't buy that.
Fine. Don't.
You usually back winners, Ruby, so why are you so supportive of Bo Baker? I mean, why do you keep him around unless you have to?
I don't do anything unless I want to. I want Bo around. End of subject.
You're saying that so much you're beginning to believe your own lies, aren't you? What's the matter? You're running scared?
I don't scare easy.
Oh, I know. That's why I figure whatever Bo has on you, it's something real big. And I think I know just what it is.
What do you think it is?
It's that letter. Isn't it?
Billy Joe.
Oh, hi, Ricky.
You set the air date for your new show yet?
Yeah, it goes on in a few days.
How come I get the feeling you're not too excited about it?
Oh, hey, I'm excited.
Something else bothering you?
No, I'm fine.
Well, you don't seem fine.
Look, Ricky, if it's all the same to you, I just don't feel like talking right now, okay?
Hey, come on, Billy Joe. Look, maybe if you get it off your chest, you'll feel a little better about it.
I doubt it.
You want to talk about it?
I'm just down in the dump, that's all.
What about? Need it?
No.
About the show?
No, the show's gonna be okay.
Well, then what is it? Hey, come on. Why don't you get it off your chest? Tell me about it. It's not going to do you any good keeping it all inside.
Maybe you're right. I got to tell somebody.
About what?
Ruby and Bo.
What about Ruby and Bo?
Bo has a letter that Ruby wrote, which she shouldn't have, and he's holding it over her head.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some work to do.
Not so fast, Ruby. We're not through.
We're through when I say we are. You got that? I don't want to play games with you, Elena.
Ruby, get out here. Now, I saw that letter. What? That's right. Bo had it sitting right there on the bar.
So what? Is that supposed to be some kind of big deal or something?
Well, I guess it must have been if it upset Billy Joe so much. Now you feel like telling me about it?
I wish I could. I don't know anything about any letter.
Okay, fine, Ruby. Maybe I'll go to Billy Joe. Maybe he'll tell me what I want to know.
That letter doesn't concern you.
Oh, so now we do know about a letter, don't we?
It was just a business letter.
Well, if it was just a business letter, then why did it upset Billy Joe so much?
It was nothing. Forget it.
If it was nothing, then you can tell me about it, can't you? All right, have it your way.
Elena,
are you ready to talk?
Listen to me.
I am listening.
You've got to stay out of this. Why? Because a lot of people are going to get hurt if you don't.
Like who?
Like Ricky and Billy Joe. Now, you care about them, don't you?
And can't you get hurt too, Ruby?
I'm not talking about me.
If you're trying to save anybody, it's your own neck. You'd sell your own brother to line your own pockets.
Why are you doing this?
Because I've been trying to sink you for a long time, Ruby. And I think this letter is just the ammunition I need to do it. I'm going to find that letter. And when I do, I am going to nail you.
Doesn't look good, Ashley.
What?
There's no way Justin's going to be able to hang on to that ace-high chain.
TJ, I wish you had a little more faith in Justin.
Faith? It's going to take a lot more than faith. He's not going to need a pot full of cold, hard cash to pay off those franchise owners.
He'll come up with something.
You're taking this awfully well.
I have faith in my husband. If he says he'll come up with the money, he'll come up with the money.
Well, even if he does, it's going to put Marshall Oil in a very vulnerable position. I hope you know that.
TJ, come on. I'm so tired of you being negative about all this. Why don't you figure out a way to do something about it? That's what we pay you for.
Look, I tried, but if he doesn't have the money, it's not going to make any difference, is it? Now, does he have it?
You know he doesn't have it.
I'm sorry, Ashley. I didn't mean to upset you.
He spent so much money, TJ, I don't even know if we're going to be able to pay the bills.
We'll think of something together, okay?
It's no use. Justin's going to lose it all. I know it.
Hey, it's not like you. You're not going to quit now, are you? Come on, you're a fighter. You always have been.
I'm tired of fighting.
What's wrong?
Well, besides everything that's happened to Justin, my Aunt Hildy died.
And we've been working very hard on the format for the new Billy Joe Wright show. It'll have just the right combination of entertainment and interviews, and it should work. At least it's been looking good during the run-throughs. And if Billy Joe is as popular on his own show as he was on Phil's, we should have a wonderful...
Hey, hold on there, partner.
What?
Come over here and sit down.
What is it?
I just want you to sit down and relax.
I don't need to relax.
Yes, you do, honey. You look tired.
I'm not tired.
Vicky.
All right, a little tired.
You involved yourself too much in the show, haven't you?
I have to be, honey. I don't trust Ruby Wright. Not after that fast one she pulled on me about Justin. And I'm just making sure that she doesn't do anything like it again.
Honey, there's no sense getting yourself all exhausted, and I hate to see you put yourself under this kind of pressure.
Stryker, what are you getting at?
I think you ought to get away for a couple of days of vacation.
Vacation? What's that?
That's exactly what I mean. You've been under too much stress. Why don't you come to Mexico with me?
Oh, honey, I'd love to, but
But what?
Well, I can't leave here now. There are too many things that have to be done.
Well, Elliot can take care of things. He's a good man. He can handle it, can't he?
Yeah, but...
Then it's settled? Gonna go with me?
All right, you win. I'll go.
Good. I'll make arrangements.
Where are you off to now?
Well, I got to get out of the office, and I'm going to go see TJ.
TJ? What for?
Well, you know, TJ's always been like a son to me, and it bugs the hell out of me. He went over to Marshall Oil, so I'm just going over and talk to him.
Honey, aren't you beating a dead horse?
Maybe not. There's a chance we can get him back. He's a valuable man. Anyway, I've got to try. See you later.
Okay, honey.
Your Aunt Hildy died. What happened?
She had a heart attack. Irish Wheeler's taking her body back home to Savannah now.
I'm sorry, Ashley. Why didn't you say something?
Well, I didn't have much of a chance. You came barging in here with more bad news.
Well, I didn't know.
Couldn't you tell I was upset?
No, I guess not.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with you, TJ. You don't consider anybody's feelings but your own. You've always been that way.
I said I was sorry.
Oh, TJ. I loved my Aunt Hildy. And she's gone, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Does Justin know?
No. I figure he has enough on him without telling him this.
Was there anything I can do?
Yeah, I'll stay here, take care of things. Justin needs you. Help him.
Well, of course I will.
I'm going to have to go to Savannah for the funeral.
And when are you coming back?
I don't know. There are some legal things I have to take care of.
What kind of legal things?
I've got guardianship of my Aunt Hildy's son, Gregory, and my sister, Allison.
How old is Allison now?
17.
What about the boy?
I don't know. He must be around 10.
And you're going to have to raise him?
Well, I don't have any choice. It's stipulated in the will.
How do you think Justin's going to feel about all this?
I don't think he's going to take this very well.
Ashley, he might take it a lot better than you think. You know he loves kids.
Oh, yeah, he wants children. But he wants his own children. He doesn't want some ready-made family.
I'll do everything I can.
Yeah. You helped last time. That kind of help I don't need.
You're never going to forgive me for that, are you?
How can I?
You might try and give me another chance.
To do what? Do you have the money to bail Justin out of this mess? Can you bring my Aunt Hildy back?
Ashley, look at come on.
Get out! I gotta think!
Ashley, you've got to listen.
Get out! Get... Get...
Still dead.
You don't really need to speak to anybody, do you?
Well, my family went out before the storm. They might be trying to call and get through. I'm sure they're probably worried.
Well, the rain stopped. I'm sure they're on their way back right now.
Yeah, you're probably right. We need to get you to a doctor, too.
Well, we've been through that. I really don't need to see a doctor.
That bandage isn't too tight, is it?
When my face starts turning blue, you'll know it's too tight. No, look, you're doing a wonderful job taking care of me.
Why were you alone on those back roads?
You promised, no questions.
But I have a right to know something, don't I?
Well, you know my name. You know my Jeep crashed and I was hurt. That's enough for now.
But
please, trust me.
All right. No more questions for now. But later...
Jenny, all the roads were flooded. I tried to call you, but the lines were down.
Oh. Name's Miles Runquist.
He's been hurt in an accident.
An accident?
Yeah, my Jeep overturned on one of the back roads during the storm.
Where's Steve, Kate?
Well, he and Rusty are out trying to find out how much damage the storm did. When did this accident happen?
Well, right after the storm started. I managed to make my way here.
And Ginny looked after you all night?
Well, there wasn't much to do. I mean, he was unconscious most of the time.
Well, I'll call Doc Williams. He can...
There's no need. I'd really prefer you didn't.
Why not?
Baker's.
So?
So he wanted me to stop by and see if he had any messages.
Nothing.
Well, could I just...
Hold on a minute. Got to answer the phone.
Okay, take your time. I'll wait.
Hotel.
Ah, Paige, I'm glad you're there.
TJ, is that you?
Yeah.
You sound strange. What's the matter?
Look, can you get over to Marshall Oil right away?
Why?
Ashley's Aunt Hildy died. Ashley's in really bad shape. I tried to help, but I only made things worse.
No, I'm sure you didn't do that.
No, on the contrary, Paige. She really needs somebody right now.
Okay, don't worry. I'll be right over.
Thanks. I'm really worried about her. Bye.
Oh, you look like hell.
Thanks. I feel like hell, too.
I warned you about this whole thing, Bo. You just didn't listen to me.
Damn, Ricky's got a kick like a mule. I think the two of my ribs are broken. He nearly broke my jaw, and I've got the worst headache I've ever had in my life.
Well, that's what you get for coming on to Elena.
Ah, damn both of them. Boy, they are a pair. She's a little tease, and he's nothing but a hothead.
Oh, wait, I think you better sit down before you fall down. Here. Come on.
Damn. There's not a bone in my body that doesn't ache.
You want a beer?
You know, Ricky had no cause to lose his temper at me. It's Elena's fault. She's the one that was leading me on.
Oh. Whoa, Bo! You're not in any shape to be here right now. Why don't you let me take you back to your hotel room, okay?
All I want to do is get home and get some sleep.
All right, we'll go in my...
Letter's got to be here somewhere.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. And now, the next part of Texas.
That was done with the rifle.
Yes, it was, Kate.
But who?
I did it.
I'm afraid it was my fault.
Now, I want to know what went on here.
After I finished talking to Ryan on the phone, I went down to the stables to check the horses. While I was there, the lights went out. But I found the flashlight. And so, right before I left the stables, I opened the door.
And I fell into the door and, well, she screamed.
Well, I didn't know who it was. He scared me half to death. So I came running up to the house and locked the door. To get the rifle, and I heard a noise.
That was me. I managed to crawl into the porch and tried to get in.
So I got the rifle and took aim at the door. Go away. Please go away! lying there. He wasn't even moving. I thought I killed him. But then he did move.
And then she dragged me in and she fixed me up.
You had a car accident, and you crawled up here,
That's right.
and that's all there is to it?
That's right.
Then why won't you let me call a doctor?
I don't need a doctor.
I think you do.
Well, the phone's not working.
Well, maybe it's been fixed.
Hold on. Please.
Hi. Oh, honey, how are you? What are you doing here, Paige?
Oh. TJ called, asked me to come over.
I wish he would mind his own business.
He's worried about you, Ashley. So am I.
There's no use in worrying about me. I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself.
I know you can. But why don't you let your friends help, huh?
There's nothing anybody can do.
Maybe not. But we can listen.
Thanks, Paige.
You want to talk about it?
Paige, I just can't believe that all this has happened. Right after I found out that my Aunt Hildy had died, TJ comes barging in here telling me that there's no way that Justin can make it in Dallas. I'm sorry.
Oh, honey. There's nothing to be sorry about. I've had a real rough time lately. But you don't have to be strong all the time, Ashley.
You didn't know my aunt. She was wonderful.
Tell me about her.
She was a great lady. She had a sense of adventure. She loved life. She loved to see new things and go to different places, and she loved you. No matter what happened, she loved you. She saved my life once. And I don't know if she ever knew how grateful I am.
Oh, Ashley, I'm sure she knew. I can tell you loved her very much.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do now that she's gone.
Honey, you'll always miss her. Just think of all the wonderful memories that you have of her.
Oh, Paige, it's not that. It's more than that.
What?
I'm, now guardian of her son Gregory and my sister Allison. Paige, I'm gonna have to raise those two kids. What is Justin gonna say?
A letter? What are you talking about, Billy Joe?
She wrote a letter.
I'll be there in a minute. Hang on.
No, we need you now.
All right, all right. Stick around. I want to talk to you some more about it.
Yeah.
Hello, Billy Joe.
Oh, Miss Bellman.
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. You just surprised me a little bit, that's all. I guess my mind's someplace else.
I've been watching the run-throughs.
Well, you have? Well, what do you think?
I'm very pleased. It's going to be a good show.
That's good to hear.
However, I have made some suggestions, and I think they might help. So I've had them typed up. I'd like you to look them over and let me know what you think.
All right, I'll do that. Sure thing. Thank you.
Fine. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Bellman.
Well, hello, Ricky. How'd your rehearsal go?
Oh, we're all finished. I think the number's going to be real good.
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Great, thank you. Okay, Billy Joe, now, what was in that letter?
Nothing, Ricky. I never should have brought it up.
Look, you wouldn't have mentioned it if it didn't bother you. Come on, let's have it.
Ruby's done something really awful. And if anybody finds out about it, it could ruin all of us.
Who are you, Mr. Rehnquist?
I've already told you that.
Why are you here?
Look, I've told you that too.
But you haven't said why you're afraid for me to call a doctor.
I'm not afraid for you to call a doctor. I just don't need one.
Well, why you on those back roads at that time of night in that storm?
I'm sorry, I can't answer that question for you, Mrs.
Marshall.
Mrs. Marshall. I've already explained to Ginny that there are certain questions I can't answer. And they're for personal reasons, so please don't ask.
You're on my property, Mr. Rehnquist.
Actually, it's Dr. Rehnquist.
Doctor? Are you a medical doctor?
Well, not really. I'm a PhD. Sometimes people call me Professor Rehnquist.
You're a teacher?
Yes, I have been. Mrs. Marshall, to answer your question about why I don't need a doctor, my profession takes me over some pretty rough territory. I've treated a lot of people with ailments, broken bones. I know how I feel. I know right now I don't need a doctor. Besides, Ginny has taken very good care of me.
What kind of a professor are you?
I'm a geologist, metallurgist, engineer.
My husband's cousin is a geologist.
A geologist? Was that why you were on the back road?
Kate, Professor Rehnquist is going to have to spend the night. He's in no shape to leave right now.
Well, I suppose you're right.
Well, thank you for your hospitality, Mrs. Marshall. And I'm going to try and stay out of your way.
Oh, you'll be no trouble at all. It'll be nice having a man around the house, even if he is battered.
Where's Ashley?
She's freshening up.
Is she okay?
Well, she was pretty upset, but I think she's going to be all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, she's pretty tough, TJ. Don't ever doubt that.
She's not as tough as she pretends. Were you able to talk to her?
Yeah, it took a while, but she finally opened up to me.
And what'd she say?
Well, it's a combination of things. It's Justin's problems in Dallas, and it's her aunt's death. I think that's really what's tearing her apart.
Yeah, I know.
I had no idea she was as close to her aunt as that.
I didn't either. And the thought of raising her sister and her aunt's son, yeah, it's just got to be tearing her apart.
Yeah, I think she was really worried about what Justin's going to think.
Yeah, well, I don't blame her. She must feel like her whole world is caving in around her.
Well, yeah, it must seem like that. TJ, I'm going to take her to the airport. I think you should come along for some extra moral support.
No, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Why not?
I've done enough damage for one day.
Now, don't be so hard on yourself. She was upset. Maybe she said some things that she didn't mean.
No. I heard her again, Paige. I didn't mean to. But I did.
Damn, I can't even see straight.
What's wrong?
Well, no. Things all blurry.
Probably got some kind of concussion.
Maybe. You know, Punkin, I could use a tender loving care right now.
Forget it, Bo. You're not getting any sympathy from me. You should never have picked that fight with Ricky. Any fool can see you're no match for him.
I didn't pick that fight with him. He picked it with me.
This whole thing never would have happened if you hadn't come on to Elena.
Hey, Punkin, I don't want any lectures now, okay?
All right, no lectures. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling just terrific.
Look, I'm just trying to be civil with you. It is not my fault you got yourself into this mess.
Don't get smart with me, Ruby. I've still got those letters, remember?
Yeah. You better hang on to them, because Elena's looking for them.
What do you mean Elena's looking for them? How does she even know about them?
I don't know. She was asking me all kinds of questions today at the coop.
What'd you tell her?
What do you think I told her? I told her I didn't know anything about any letters and she should mind her own damn business.
Well, I don't think she's gonna mind her own damn business. That little filly's got a lot of spunk. I warned you about her before. She may topple you yet.
Yeah, well, you better make sure she doesn't, because you're going to come tumbling down right beside me.
No, I'm not. I didn't write that letter.
And now you pull this stunt with these letters. You're not going to get away with it.
Oh, yes, I am. And those letters are keeping you just where I want you.
I'll get you for this, Bo. I promise you.
Oh!
What's wrong?
All this talking is giving me a pain. Why don't you just get out of here and let me get some rest?
What was that?
What the hell do I know?
doing?
Oh, well, looky who we got here.
What are you doing here, Elena?
Well, I said I wanted the answer to some questions, and it looks like I got it. So that's the hold he has on you, huh? You're married to him.
You shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you permanent.
You don't frighten me in this condition.
Careful, Elena.
Hey, what you got there anyway?
Where?
What's that you're hiding behind your back, Elena? Hello, TJ.
Stryker, what are you doing here in enemy territory?
I wanted to see you.
I didn't think you ever wanted to see me again.
TJ, you've always been like a son to me.
Thanks, you've always been very special to me, too.
I want you to know there's no hard feelings about what you've done. A man who wants to advance himself, he's got to go where he knows he can get ahead. You should show ambition. You should show something else, too.
What else?
Patience. The opportunity would have come up, TJ, if you just waited.
Well, maybe I do lack patience, but I saw the opportunity and I went for it.
I know that. I'm not here to lecture you.
And why are you here?
I just wanted to tell you if things don't work out at Marshall Oil.
They will.
Justin's having a rough time. He might lose those ASI stations to World Oil.
Justin is very good at what he does. He's not going to lose those stations without a fight.
No, I know he'll fight. But fighting and winning are two different things. And when he loses...
If he loses.
All right. If he loses and Marshall Oil goes down the drain, I want you to know your old job will always be waiting for you.
You mean that?
I wouldn't be here unless I meant it. That's what I wanted to tell you. Good luck.
Thanks, Stryker. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you coming by.
What's gonna ruin us? What's in that letter?
Some pretty heavy stuff.
About who?
Stryker and Vicky Bellman.
About the Bellmans? What did she say about them?
Stryker Bellman was running for state senate back then. So, Ruby sent a letter to the Austin papers saying he was unfit for political office. Because how can a man manage the government when he can't even manage his own wife, who is a drunk?
Ruby wrote that about the Bellmans?
Caused quite an uproar. It also ended Stryker Bellman's political career, not to mention the humiliation it caused Vicky Bellman.
How could she do something like that?
Ruby had her reasons. They were wrong, but she had a reason.
Yeah, you're damn right they were wrong. Nobody's got a right to do something like that
Ricky,
to somebody.
Ruby was real bitter back then. She wasn't thinking clearly. She'd been trying real hard to get some singers she was managing on Vicky Bellman's station in Nashville. When they treated Ruby like a nobody, she wanted to get even, so she sent in that letter.
So Bo's still got the letter?
Copies of it. Ruby didn't sign it, but Bo claims that he can prove that Ruby wrote it. He's holding it over her head right now, and, well, he says that he can use it against her if she doesn't toe the mark and if she doesn't do what he says.
We gotta get that letter, Billy Joe. We gotta put an end to all of this.
Yeah, but how?
We're gonna go to Bo's hotel room and we're gonna get it. And then we're gonna run that guy out of town. What do you say?
I'm with you.
Okay, let's go.
I ask you what you're hiding behind your back, Elena.
Nothing.
I ask you a question and I want an answer.
I've got the information to nail both of you.
It wasn't a very smart thing to do, Elena. I guess I want to teach you a little lesson.
Don't, Bo.
Hey, don't you worry your pretty little head about this one, punk, and she's not going to say anything to anybody. And now that I've got these letters, you are to toe the mark. You understand? No, you don't. Hey, no, give me...
Hit him, Elena! Hit him! Where are you going? I know some people who might be real interested in this letter. Come back here! Elena!
Texas. We'll be right back.
What happened here?
Never mind what happened here. We came for the letters. You won't be blackmailing my sister anymore, so cough them up!
Go hang yourselves. The letters, Bo. I don't have them.
Don't give us that, but where are they?
I really don't have them.
He's lying.
Where are they? Elena and Ruby came in here looking for them. I suppose one of them has them. Which one? I really don't know. But I'll tell you this much. If Elena's got them, there's going to be a pack of trouble. I guarantee it.
Mrs. Bellman will be with you in a minute.
Thank you. I don't mind waiting.
Can I get you anything?
No, thank you. I just appreciate you letting me in to see Mrs. Bellman.
You said it was important?
Oh, it is.
Excuse me. I've got to get that.
Okay.
Vivian, what are you doing? What are you doing, Miss Wheeler? If I find out who's been tracking mud through this place, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind.
When's my dad coming home?
That's why we got that map right outside the front door.
Vivian.
Yes, ma'am.
My father?
It's upstairs.
Oh, he's home already?
Oh, yeah. I was really surprised, too, because he usually spends half the night in that office of his.
Well, did he say why he's home so early?
He certainly did. He said he had to work some more.
Oh, figures.
I was wondering if you couldn't say something to him about working so hard. I don't think it's good for him.
I think I know exactly what my father needs.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
I'm going to get you guys some coffee, and I'm going to get you each a piece of my chocolate cake, too.
Dad, let's have a heart-to-heart talk.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
Your love life.
This place looks like a cyclone hit it. Yeah, your sisters did this.
Which one found the letters?
Elena. And then I got it away from her, and the two of them jumped me. Wait a minute. From the looks of you, you mean that our sisters gave you a beating? Well, that's right, guys. Go ahead and laugh. My insides are all busted up from the beating that you gave me. And then those two wildcats jumped all over me. I almost got it away from Elena, and then everything went black. So what happened to the letters? I told you, one of them's got them.
Which one?
I don't know. I was out cold. Well, where did they go? Look, will you guys just get out of here, please? I'm through answering your dumb questions.
We're not going to be through with our questions until we're finished. Now, where'd they go?
I told you. I was unconscious. I don't know where they went, and furthermore, I don't care.
Now, what are we going to do?
I am writing this letter regarding the candidacy of Stryker Bellman for the state senate. How can he be in the public eye when he can't control his wife, Vicky? She's a drunkard, and I feel that it is my duty to... Mrs. Bellman! Ruby, what are you doing here?
You're not going to get away with this, Elena.
You can't stop me, Ruby. I'm going to show these letters to Mrs. Bellman.
Oh, no, you're not.
Hi, Daddy. What are you doing here?
I came by to see my favorite girl. You've been running around so much today, I couldn't find you. I want to talk to you.
Well, your favorite girl's been busy.
I know you've been busy, and you're doing a wonderful job.
I gotta tell you, this job is a lot tougher than I thought it would be, but I'm getting the knack of it.
That's what I hear.
Oh? From whom?
From Grant. He's very pleased with your work.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I'm proud of you, too, honey.
Coming from you, that means an awful lot to me, Daddy. You know that. But you didn't come here for that. What's up?
I talked your mother into going to Mexico with me. We're going to have a little vacation.
Hey, that's a terrific idea. You and Mama should spend more time together.
Yeah, one of these days.
Maybe we can get back. I've got some good news for you.
What's that?
that World Oil has the ace high chain and Marshall Oil is out of business.
That would be good news. If Marshall Oil goes out of business, I've offered TJ his old job back.
Daddy, you didn't. Why on earth would you do something like that?
TJ's a good man, honey. If he's out of a job at Marshall Oil, I want him back. It's good business.
TJ is a traitor.
You stop, Rena. I don't want to hear any more.
And I don't want to talk about TJ Canfield. Oh, Daddy. Have you heard from Ryan?
Yes, he's working his tail off trying to wrap up that business in Venezuela.
He must be anxious to get back to Ginny.
That he is. He misses her very much.
Not any more than Ginny misses him.
Already done enough for me, Mrs. Marshall. Just letting me stay the night.
But you're going to need that Jeep to leave here.
Yeah, I can get it done.
Well, just tell me where it is, and Rusty can see what shape it's in if it can move it.
Well, I don't exactly remember.
Try.
Kate, he hasn't even had a chance to recover yet. Can't expect him to be thinking clearly.
Well, he can think clearly enough to tell me where the Jeep is, or from where he stumbled and crawled to the house.
It's about 3 miles from here, direct southwest.
Well, that's where Rusty will look for it.
No, don't bother. I can get it.
Doesn't look like you're going to move any too soon.
I don't need the Jeep.
Mr. Rehnquist, is there some reason why Rusty shouldn't look for your car?
Kate, please.
No, there isn't, Mrs. Marshall.
All right, I'll see you in a minute.
Kate. Why are you being so suspicious?
I'm just being cautious, Ginny. That man's strange. You know, he won't tell us anything, and he won't let us do anything for him. That's not normal. Now, I'm going to go talk to Rusty. I'll see you in a minute. Have you called Brett?
No, I haven't had a chance since the phone started working again, but I will.
Good. I'll feel much better when I'm sure he is who he says he is.
What was all that whispering about?
Nothing important.
Oh. You don't think she trusts me?
That's right.
Well, she has reason. I like Kate. She's a strong woman.
Yes, she is.
You're a strong woman too, Ginny.
You're wasting your time being here, Ruby.
I don't think so.
I think you should be home packing your little bags.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, you are. When Mrs. Bellman finds out what you've done, she's going to run you right out of town.
Why are you doing this, Elena?
It's just my way of paying you back for putting Joe behind bars.
And you really don't care who gets hurt just as long as you pay me back. If you show those letters to Vicki Bellman, that's going to mean the end of Ricky's and Billy Joe's careers. Or don't you care about them?
I don't think she's going to blame them for what you've done, Ruby.
You're playing with their lives.
You know, Ruby, you're really not quite as smart as I thought you were.
Why not?
Well, if you were so smart, you would have made sure that Bo Baker didn't get his hands on these letters. I mean, you had to know he was going to use them against you.
Which is exactly what you're doing right now. The only difference is he used him to get my money and you're using him to get rid of me. Either way, it's blackmail.
I am just trying to put a stop to you once and for all.
To stop me from what, Elena? From making your brother a big recording star? From giving Billy Joe his own TV show? Or from giving you a job at the Coop when you needed it most? If all those things mean nothing to you, Elena, you go ahead and stop me.
I plan to.
You know you're going to lose Billy Joe as a friend because of this. He's not going to be too happy that you got him fired.
Oh, come on, Ruby. He's not too pleased with your little business ventures himself.
I don't hear him complaining. He knew all about those letters. Why didn't he go to Mrs. Bellman himself?
Well, because you probably threatened him.
Well,
least you'll have Bo as a friend.
I don't want to have anything to do with Bo.
Oh, yeah? Then why are you playing right into his hand?
What are you talking about?
You're just doing his dirty work for him, Elena. And how does he repay you? By roughing you up. That's some friend.
Hello, Elena. Ruby, what are you doing here? Production meeting isn't for another hour.
I'm sorry, Miss Spellman. I must have got my times all mixed up.
The meeting is in conference room A.
Conference room A. I'll be there.
Fine. Well, Elena, it's good to see you. It's been a while. Are you all right, honey? What's happened to your face?
Nothing. It was just a little accident.
Oh. Well, now, what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
If Ruby got those letters...
I know she'd be home free.
Right. But if Elena got them...
If I know your sister, she'd go straight to Vicky Bellman.
She can't do that!
That's what you think. If she thought it would get rid of Ruby, she'd do it in a minute.
Ricky, we gotta stop her.
Yeah, well, it's already too late if that's what she was planning to do.
And old Ruby's gonna get everything that she deserves.
I'm gonna kick your face in, man. It's my sister you're talking
Come on,
about.
forget it. We don't have time to mess around with this. And anyway, he's not worth it. And you keep your mouth shut.
I gotta go find Ruby.
Checkout time's at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, Bo. You don't want to spend the next year in Gulf Coast Hospital. I would suggest you be gone by then.
You want to talk about my love life?
That's right.
It's none of your business.
Dad, Vivian and I were talking, and...
You were talking to Vivian about my love life?
Will you let me finish? Now, Vivian and I think you're working too hard. So I've thought of a way for you to get your mind off your work.
Well, I appreciate your concern, darling, but don't worry about that.
You want me to keep my opinions to myself?
On this subject, yes.
You taught me to speak my mind.
I also taught you never to meddle in other people's business.
Dad, I can't sit around and watch you ignore a natural attraction.
A natural attraction. What are you talking about? That's a riddle.
What, you want me to spell it out?
Do I have a choice?
No.
I thought not.
You're attracted to a certain woman. She's what you need in your life.
No kidding. Who is it?
Dad, you know who I'm talking about.
Do I?
Rena Decker.
Rena Decker and I are poles apart.
Ah, opposites attract.
Oh, Brett, come on.
I'll get it! What, if I hit too close to home?
Rena and I work together.
Try playing.
Mr. Wheeler, that's Mr. Kaufman calling you from Boston.
Oh, saved by the bell. I'll get it upstairs.
Did you get a chance to talk to your dad about not working so hard?
No, we talked about something a lot more interesting.
Like what?
Love.
Love? Mm-hmm. Well, wait a minute. You can't just say something like that and then leave.
Oh, that's not fair. I'll tell you later, Vivian. I have an errand to run.
I thought you might like a cup of tea.
Thanks.
Now, is there anything else I can get for you?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I love all of this. You're treating me like a king.
I am. Well, you need care, and I'm providing it, that's all.
And you're doing that very well.
The most important thing right now, Miles, is that you get better so you can continue to do whatever it is I say you do.
Ginny, thank you for not pressing.
Got me curious.
Well, Rusty's gone to look for the Jeep. He shouldn't be gone long, if it's where you say it is.
Well, I'm sure it's still there as long as the mud didn't swallow it up. I think I should be getting upstairs, lie down for a while.
Oh, here, let me help you.
Thanks. No, I'm fine, Jenny. Thank you. Thanks again for your hospitality, Mrs. Marshall.
That man sure has a lot of secrets.
He has his reasons.
Ginny, there's something about Mr. Rehnquist. You know, I always feel if a man is hiding something, it's because he's done something wrong.
That isn't always true, Kate.
Well, 99% of the time it is. You better call Brett now.
I will. I think you're wrong about Miles.
Ginny,
Kate! Miles is my responsibility.
A person can die of illness, natural causes, or murder, but you can't scare them to death.
Can't you enter a room making a little bit more noise instead of sneaking around?
You don't exactly have to sneak when the vacuum's on.
What do you want?
Take a piece of your cake.
You really like that, don't you?
4th slice today. I'm going to get love handles.
What are you doing?
I'm going to relax.
You can't relax here. What if Mr. Wheeler comes downstairs?
He said he would need me for a while.
It just isn't done.
What isn't done?
Servants relax in the kitchen.
Kitchen isn't conducive to relaxing.
You've never worked as a servant before, have you?
Never.
Didn't you ever learn anything in that fancy school you went to?
I majored in English at Dartmouth, not chauffeuring. But if it'll make you happy, I'll go relax in the
It'll
kitchen.
make me very happy. Oh, you're the one.
One what?
Look!
And what?
At the floor. I've been cleaning this mud up all day.
My trademark.
I've got a lot better things to do than clean up after you.
I trust that's true.
It is. And while you're in the kitchen relaxing, there are a lot more things you need to know about servanting.
Servanting? Wonderful word.
Yeah, and you're going to be hearing a lot more about it. Now, come on into the kitchen with you, you big clown.
Vivian, you can charm birds from trees.
Rena, I know you love surprises, so here I am. Busy?
Yeah, but I need a break. Come on, sit down. I love these, by the way. Well, how are you and Houston getting along?
Just fine.
Keeping busy?
A little restless. It's time to think about going back to work.
For World Oil, I hope. We could use you.
I would like working with you, Rena.
Thank you, honey. And with your father?
Yeah, that'd be nice. And with my brother, too.
Do you really think that he'll leave Australia?
Well, Lacey can be very persuasive, at least with Mark.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting this brother of yours.
I just wish that Mark could get back in time for Dad's birthday.
Well, when's that?
Day after tomorrow, didn't you know?
No.
He hates a fuss. But underneath it all, Dad is really sentimental. He loves to have his birthday remembered.
I have an idea.
What?
You'll see. Look, I've got to drop by your house tonight on business anyway. What do you say if I corner your dad about a little birthday celebration?
Sounds wonderful. But listen, keep me out of it. It'll be better as your idea.
Sure. Excuse me. Go ahead. Yes? She is. We'll put her on. Hi, Ginny.
Hi, Rena.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
I'm terrific.
Listen, maybe you can help me out. I'm looking for Brett. I've called the Wheeler's house, World Oil reception, Grant's office. I can't find her anywhere. Do you, by any chance, know where she is?
Oh, sure. She's right here.
Oh, that's wonderful. May I speak to her, please?
Yeah, Ginny, is something wrong?
No, I just want to ask Brett something.
Okay, here she is. It's Ginny.
Hi, Ginny. Hi, I'm glad I found you. Listen, can you come out to the ranch?
Sure, why?
Well, a man wandered into the ranch during the storm, and I want you to meet him.
Who is it?
That's what I'm hoping that you'll be able to tell us. Can you come out here and maybe stay for supper?
Sure, but why all the mystery?
Just trust me, please. I don't want anyone to know you're coming, though. Don't even mention it to Rena, okay? That's the way you want it. It is. I'll explain it all when you get here.
Okay, see you, Ginny.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
You make friends fast.
Sometimes. Listen, I gotta go, so we'll talk about the party later.
Oh, you don't have to rush.
No, Dad will skin me if I take up too much of your time. And he's the boss. He sure is.
I'll see you later, Rena.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Billy Joe can't wear this. Why doesn't anybody around here understand what this show is about? Billy Joe is going to look like a dime store mannequin in this thing.
But, Miss Wright, I'm sorry, but Jeannie thought...
I don't care what Jeannie thought. This is Billy Joe's show. I'm his manager, and I'll decide what he's going to wear. Is that clear?
Well, I suggest you take it up with Jeannie.
I certainly will. Now, from now on, I make the costume decisions around here. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ruby! We gotta talk.
What's the matter?
Ricky and I just came from Bo's place.
Bo, what for?
We were after those letters. Now, Bo said that you and Elena beat him up, and that one of you got the letters. Do you have them?
I didn't get him, Billy Joe. Elena got him.
Well, we gotta get those letters from her.
It's too late.
What do you mean?
She's already taken them to Mrs. Bellman.
Ruby, we gotta stop her.
It's no use, Billy Joe. She's probably reading the letters right now.
I can't believe Elena do this.
When are you going to open up your eyes to how mean and vindictive Elena can be, Billy Joe?
Ruby, you gotta talk to Miss Bellman. You gotta tell her you're sorry. Tell her that you didn't know what you're doing. You weren't thinking clearly. Whatever.
No.
Oh, really, listen. She'll listen. She's
I'm
understand.
not going to go crawling to her and beg for her forgiveness, Billy Joe. I'm not going
It's
to do
not
it.
crawling. You're just telling your side of the story. That's all.
No, I'm not going to do it. Just forget it. You might as well face it, Billy Joe. It's over.
It can't be over.
I don't think you have to worry, Big Brother. I'm the one that wrote the letters, not you. I don't think Vicki Bellman's going to do anything to you. She might as well say goodbye to me.
Ruby? I want to talk to you now.
Rusty found the Jeep. It was just where Mr. Rehnquist said it was.
Well, see, then that proves
It doesn't prove a thing. And Rusty said that the sheep was in pretty bad shape.
Well, Miles won't be needing the Jeep anyway. I'm just trying to find him some clothes.
Hi there.
Oh, Brett, I'm so glad you're here.
Well, I'm curious. Where is this mystery man?
He's upstairs resting right now.
You said he wandered in the night of the storm?
Yeah, he'd been hurt in an accident.
Have you called a doctor?
No, he wouldn't let us.
He wouldn't let you. Why not?
Well, he said he wasn't hurt that badly.
So why did you call me?
Because the man is a geologist, and I thought you might have heard of him.
Oh, what's his name?
Miles Rehnquist.
You're kidding.
You've heard of him?
Oh, you bet I have.
Well, he doesn't want anyone to know that he's here, okay?
Well, I'm not surprised. He's one of the all-time mystery men.
Is he on the up and up?
Oh, Kate, if this man is Miles Rehnquist, you don't have a thing to worry about. He's a living legend. He's a hero to anybody who cares about the land or the environment. Can I talk to him?
He should be down soon.
For supper. I suppose I'd better get something ready for our guest.
Well, Kate doesn't seem too thrilled to have him here.
She doesn't like all this secrecy stuff.
Oh, from what I know about the man, that's his greatest attraction. I just love it, don't you?
I better go help Kate with supper. Why don't you take this up to the guest room?
And I just wanted to tell you and intend to spend a little time with Vicky.
Oh, good. Where are you going?
Well, I have to go to Mexico anyway. I thought we might spend some time in Acapulco, just lay around the beach, do some shopping, sightseeing.
Well, that sounds great. I wish I were going.
And there's something else I want to tell you.
Oh?
Talked to T.J. Canfield.
Really?
I offered him his old job back at Marshall Oil Folds.
Did he accept?
Seemed interested.
Well, he's a good man. I'll say that for him.
Of course, he doesn't think that Marshall Oil is going to go under.
Well, I think he's a little short-sighted on that. I have no idea where Justin's going to come up with the money to buy that string of stations.
That's the way I see it. Well, I've got to get over to the station, pick up Vicky.
Good. Give her my love. And enjoy your vacation, will you, Stryker?
I intend to.
Good.
Oh, by the way, Rena's going to stop by later and have some contracts for you to sign.
Oh, good.
What did you want to talk to me about, Mrs. Bellman?
Excuse me, I'll be in my dressing room, Ruby. If you...
I think you'd better stay, Billy Joe. This concerns you, too.
Yeah, but you said you want to talk to Ruby.
I want you here. Ruby, I'd like to know what you think you're trying to get away with.
Mrs. Bellman, I can explain everything. I really can't.
There is no excuse for your behavior.
I don't think you know all the facts, Mrs.
I know
Bellman.
all I need to. Ruby, I've had trouble with you before. I don't intend to have any more. This is my station. It's a business. And I will not allow you to come in here and upset things.
Mrs. Bellman, that was all in the past.
I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about today. And I think you owe an apology to everyone involved.
Well, Miss Bellman, I think Elena made things seem a little bit worse than they really are.
What?
Be quiet, Billy Joe.
What has Elena to do with this?
Mrs. Bellman, what are you talking about?
You had 2 meetings scheduled for this afternoon.
Oh, my goodness.
And your producer and production staff waited for you for over half an hour before deciding that you weren't going to show up. And now I've been waiting in the conference room for 15 minutes.
I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Bellman. I got involved talking to some wardrobe lady, and I wasn't thinking. Believe me, it's not going to happen again, I promise.
It had better not. Now, if you still want that meeting, we're waiting in the conference room.
I'll be there.
Oh, and one other thing, Ruby. Get that message to your friend, Bo Baker. He was supposed to attend those meetings also.
Mrs. Bellman, I don't think you have to worry about Bo anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, I've been meaning to tell you. He's going to be pulling out.
Tell him what I said anyway. And if you have trouble keeping track of your appointments, Ruby, I suggest you get a secretary.
Elena didn't tell her, did she?
She didn't tell
Hiya, Mrs. Decker. Hello, Vivian. Come on in. Make yourself to home. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Oh, thank you. Is Mr. Wheeler in?
He sure is. He's working away in that study of his. I tell you, that man never stops.
Well, maybe I can give him a hand.
Excuse me? Oh, of course. That would be wonderful. You know, everybody needs a little time to himself. Even an important man like Mr. Wheeler.
I couldn't agree with you more.
You know what? His birthday is the day after tomorrow. And I just bet you he's going to, excuse me, be working so hard that he won't even have time for us to sing happy birthday to him.
Vivian, I'm curious. How do you know that? Did he tell you?
Oh, heavens, no. Mr. Wheeler would never tell us something like that.
Well, how did you find out it was his birthday?
Well, when you have a job like mine, you make it your business to find out things like that. And like, that's a special day, so I try to do something a little special, like, I'll cook Mr. Wheeler's favorite breakfast, and then I'll bake him a cake, and little things like that.
That's sweet of you.
Oh, Mrs. Decker, I feel so lucky to be working for such nice people.
Well, I think they're lucky to have you.
You know, it would be awful, wouldn't it, to work for somebody you couldn't stand? But I think that if you look really hard enough, you can find good in just about everybody.
That's one of the nice things about you, Vivian. You always take the time to find the good.
I don't think that you came here to talk to me, so I'm going to find you Mr. Wheeler.
Okay.
Mr. Wheeler, Mrs. Decker's here to see
Thank you, Vivian. Hello, Rita.
Oh, hi, Grant.
Oh. Thank you for bringing these papers over.
No problem. It was a good excuse.
Excuse?
Yes, you and I have got to talk.
About what?
Your birthday party.
See, I don't know, Ricky. I should have done it. I just feel like I made this huge mistake.
Honey, you did the right thing. Now, if you'd have gone to Vicki Bellman with those things, you'd have put yourself right down on the same level as Bo.
Yeah, that's what Ruby said.
Well, she's right. You're a much bigger person than that.
How can you say that? I was trying to get back at Ruby. That doesn't make me such a perfect person.
Elena, you have been kind of hard on Ruby all along. You know, she's not the monster you think she is.
How can you say that?
Bo was blackmailing her. She probably did most of those things because of him.
Yeah, well, he didn't tell her to go tell Pete Parnell that I was hiding Joe.
Joe was wanted by the police, Elena. He kidnapped you.
So she still shouldn't have said anything. It wasn't her place.
Well, you know, at least one good thing came out of this.
What is that?
You got rid of Bo. You got to be given an award for that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I am right. You know, I would have given anything to have seen the number that you two did on that guy. It was terrific.
Well, he's still in Houston. Who knows when he's going to rear that ugly head of his again.
I think he's going to stay low. I told him to get out of town.
Well, you really think he's going to leave Houston?
Yeah, if he knows what's good for him, he will. I don't think he's going to stick around for another beating. Listen, I better go get ready. I'll see you later.
Have a good show.
Okay. What do you want?
A divorce.
Come on in. Hey, another pretty face. You live here, too?
Just visiting. Ginny asked me to check on you. She's down making dinner.
Oh, terrific. Better get up, then.
No, don't get up. I know you're badly injured.
It's nothing but one man.
Ginny said you were in an accident.
Yeah, driving blind. The bridge went out. I'm lucky to be alive.
Well, you better sit down.
No, I'd better test these legs. You lie around, you get stiff.
Yeah, you better sit.
I think you're right. Thought I was going to be able to get out of here tomorrow. I guess not. Who are you?
Brett Wheeler, cousin of Ginny's husband.
Where is he?
He's in Venezuela on business.
Is, something wrong?
No, why?
The way you keep staring at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just find it hard to believe I'm finally meeting you.
You want to meet me?
Yeah, I better explain. I'm a geologist. I know who you are. You were a hero to me, to all of us in graduate school.
And you still became a geologist.
Oh, you bet, thanks to you. Yeah, I was ready to chuck it all until I heard the stories about you.
Yeah, that's it, stories. Romantic tales. Well, it's a little different when you're face to face with the battered relic himself. No, there's nothing romantic about what I do. Have you read Ibsen, Enemy of the People?
Yeah.
Well, then you've got it. There's a lot of people who'd gladly kill me. A few of them pretty persistent, too. That's why I gotta get these legs working so I can get out of here.
No, you don't have to. Ginny says you can stay here until you're fully recovered.
I can't do that. I can't be a burden to such kind people.
You are in no condition to travel. And besides, this is the perfect place to recover. If you go to a hospital, word will get out.
No, I can't deny that. A hospital would be no good. You say Ginny's willing for me to stay?
Insists on it.
She's a kind woman. You'd best tell her the stories you've heard about me, though. That might change her mind.
I've told her it hasn't.
Maybe I'm a luckier man than I think. I need to stop for a while. I need to hide out. That's the best way to put it. You tell Ginny exactly that. And if she'll go along with such a proposition, then I'll stay.
Good.
No, it's not good. It's a damned nuisance for her. But salvation for me, maybe. I need to stop her. Gotta think. Got to decide.
Decide what, Professor?
Please, don't. Don't ask me. Because if you do, then I'll have to leave.
My birthday party?
Yes, I want to invite you and Brett to the Top of the World Club for your birthday dinner.
Oh, baby, you don't have to do that.
Oh, I know I don't have to, but I want to. Besides, it'll be a double celebration.
What do you mean a double celebration?
Well, we're going to celebrate your birthday and World Oil's acquisition of the Ace Hive filling stations.
You're really very confident that's going to happen, aren't you?
Uh-huh. There's no way that Justin can come up with that money to pay off the franchise operators, and if he can't, Ace High is ours.
You know, I talked with your father, and he and I are very proud of you, what you did.
Well, I told you if you'd stick with me, I'd do a job and a half for World Oil.
You're really on top of this, aren't you?
Oh, I'm pretty funny to look at. I just stick to the grindstone there.
Is that how you found out when my birthday was?
I have my spies.
Oh, look, Rena, don't make a big deal out of this, will you?
No, it's not a big deal. It's just a simple dinner invitation. You'd be doing me a favor.
A favor? How come?
Well, Mama and Daddy are going out of town, and I get awfully lonely when they leave.
Well, given that fact, I can hardly refuse.
Good.
Can I make you a drink?
Yeah. That'd be nice. Thank you.
Just bringing him up something to eat. How's he doing?
Oh, just fine. Hurts a lot. But he's agreed to stay if you want him to.
Oh, good. Now all I have to do is get Kate off his case.
Maybe I can do it.
Good luck. I don't know. She's pretty set against it.
I'll handle it.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Oh, you ready for supper, Brett?
Sure. Kate, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure. What is it?
It's Miles Rehnquist. I've just been up talking to him. He's a wonderful man.
Is he?
Oh, yes. He's famous. He was an idol of mine when I was in graduate school. He's so exciting, Kate.
What are you getting at, Brett?
Well, he's got to stay here until he's recovered from his injuries.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, I can't have a strange man here in the house with Ryan gone. It wouldn't be proper.
Proper? Kate, the man is injured.
Well, then let him go to the hospital or to a doctor.
He can't do that.
Why can't he? What do you mean?
It wouldn't be safe for him if certain people know where he is.
All the more reason why he shouldn't stay here.
He'll be safer here, Kate, until he's able to get around on his own, and he shouldn't be traveling yet. And anyway, can you think of a better place outside of a hospital for him to recover?
Well, maybe there is one way that I'll go along with it.
What?
He could stay in Rena's cabin. Of course, we'll have to ask Rena first.
Oh, thanks, Kate. I'm sure Rena will cooperate.
Yeah. But now, don't ask me. But I still feel that man is trouble.
No, Kate, you're wrong. He's going to be no trouble at all.
Well, come on. Supper's on the table.
I ought to break every bone in your body.
You tried that once and you blew it.
What, with you two crazy wildcats all over me in my condition? Yeah, that's real fair.
Poor Bo, beaten up by 2 women. How are you ever going to hold your head up in Houston?
I don't plan on hanging around Houston much longer. Now, will you please get out of here?
Not till I get what I came for.
You want that divorce real bad, don't you?
You don't have anything to gain by staying married to me, Bo. I'm not living with Ricky anymore, so you've got nothing to hold over my head.
Maybe I don't, but Elena does. You haven't forgotten she's still got those letters, have you, Pumpkin?
I had a long talk with Elaine about those letters. She's not going to go tell Mrs. Bellman.
And you believed her? When did you get to be so gullible?
Why shouldn't I believe her?
Elena wants to get you in the worst possible way.
Not everybody's as vindictive as you are, Bo.
Including Elena, huh? Okay. Now, would you please get out of here? I don't feel like talking right now.
Do I get my divorce?
Yes, you get your divorce.
I don't want you anymore.
Fine. I'll have my lawyer draw up the papers and they'll be sent to you in the morning.
Okay, I won't be here, though.
Where are you going?
I'll let you know.
You better not try to get away from me, Bo.
I said I'll let you know.
Don't you dare double-cross me. That would be a big mistake.
Baker.
What do you want, Baker?
There's been a change of plans.
What kind of change?
My cover's been blown. I've got to leave Houston.
How'd this happen?
I'm going to give Ruby the divorce. There's no more reason to stay here.
You'll leave when I tell you to.
Look, there's no job and no money here, and I'm sick to death of staying in this low-class, sleazy motel.
You have a job to do in Houston, Baker. You are not leaving till it's done.
Vivian, what are you doing with Iris's portrait?
I promised Mrs. Wheeler I'd send it to her in New York.
Oh, I'm going to sort of miss her.
Yeah, me too. Where have you been? Your father's been looking all over for you.
Why? What's the problem?
Well, I don't know, but he is in an uproar.
Where is he?
Last time I saw him, he went outside, but he's been pacing around here like a caged tiger.
I'm late already. Can you just tell him that I'll talk to him later and see what's bothering him?
I'll tell you what's bothering me right now.
Well, good morning,
No,
Dad.
don't good morning me. Just stop playing matchmaker on my behalf.
What are you talking about?
Now, don't play that game with me. I know you too well, young lady.
What? What terrible thing have I done?
You told Rena when my birthday is.
Did she say I did?
I told Mrs. Decker I didn't know it was some big secret.
You told her.
Come on, Dad. What's the big deal?
Sorry for
Well, the
upset you, Mr.
big deal is that she's going to trouble of making me a birthday party.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You didn't refuse, did you?
Well, of course not. I didn't want to hurt the lady's feelings.
Somebody tell me what the big problem is.
The big problem is that I don't like being manipulated by women.
Oh, come on, Dad. Finally getting through that big wall you put around yourself. You want my opinion? It is about time. Gotta go.
Where are you going?
I'll tell you all about it later.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm here.
As soon as Ace High is operating fully under the Marshall Oil banner, we're going to be flying high. Sure. Oh. Oh, well, sure, I understand. Sure. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, I've been strapped for money myself, certain times. Well, why don't we just do business in the future then? Fine. Bye-bye. I'll make you a little bet. Your production division against mine. If I put you out of business in the next 6 months, we'll meet again. Right here. And you'll go to bed with me. Right in this hotel room.
What if I win?
I'll sell out Marshall Oil and leave Texas.
You're a liar.
No. I'm just sure of myself. Do we have a bet?
You've got a bet.
I'm gonna win that bet, Rena. Come in.
Big brother.
Hey.
Hi.
Great to see you.
Good to see you, too. I'm glad you're back.
Thanks. What do I owe this? Pleasure.
Well, I was wondering if Ashley was back yet.
No, she's not back yet.
Have you talked to her?
This morning.
How's she doing?
Well, she's holding her own.
Good, I'm glad. She was very upset when she heard about her aunt's death.
Yeah, I talked to her just before she left for Savannah.
When do you expect her?
Today, she should be on her way here right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Farnsworth, I still don't understand why my husband has to be present for the reading of the will.
Well, I explained that to you on 2 separate occasions.
I know. I understand that. But I still don't know why he has to be there.
It's one of the stipulations.
But why would my aunt stipulate that?
I'm sure she had a reason.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Well, you won't have to wait much longer. We're almost there.
Can hardly wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now beginning our descent into Houston. We ask at this time that you please extinguish all smoking materials. Please check to see that your seats are in their upright positions and that your seatbelts are securely fastened. Have a pleasant stay in Houston.
Good morning.
Yes, it is.
How are you feeling?
Better. A lot better. I understand I have you to thank.
Oh, for what?
Well, I just told him if it hadn't been for you and Brett, I'd have thrown him out on his ear.
Kate, you didn't.
Oh, it's the truth.
That's what I love about you, Mrs. Marshall.
What's that?
Your candor. It's so refreshing.
We, should have some new quarters for you pretty soon.
Oh?
A friend of ours has a cabin very near here, and Brett is working on it to see if you can use it.
What exactly is Brett's interest in me?
Well, don't you know that?
Well, she told me she's a geologist, but I don't understand why she's going to all this trouble to find me a place to stay.
I think she just wants to help.
Where does she work?
She isn't, but I'm sure that she'll probably go to work for her father.
And what does he do?
He's chairman of the board of World Oil.
I guess you'll have a tough time keeping my presence a secret from him, then.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about Brett. If you tell her not to say anything, she won't.
Well, I certainly hope not.
Well, I just can't understand why it has to be kept such a secret. All right. No questions.
Okay, which one you been using my razor?
I haven't.
That leaves you, Ruby.
I don't know what you're so upset about, Billy Joe.
Because when the blade is dull, I cut my face to ribbons. Now, how am I supposed to go on TV look like I just shaved myself with a pair of hedge clippers? Huh?
Come here. I don't see any blood. I think you're fine.
Yeah, well, no thanks to you.
Here.
I think having 2 women around is starting to get to Billy Joe.
Oh, don't be silly, Lurleen. He's just always in a bad mood in the morning.
Mm. Well, maybe I should move back in with Miss Kate, at least till I find a job.
Well, I don't know why you want to get a job when you're going to be getting all that money from Justin Marshall.
You know, I just can't believe it. I never had more than $200 at one time, and I saved that from a job at the Five and Dime.
You know, I think you should invest that money, Lurleen.
Well, how do I go about finding someone that'd help me with it?
Well, I'm doing a pretty good job with Billy Joe's money. If I weren't so darn busy right now, I would help you with yours, too.
Oh, I wouldn't even think about asking you, Ruby. It'd be a terrible imposition.
Lurleen, I want to do it.
But why?
Well, you're my friend, aren't you?
Well, sure.
Well, I think the world would be a terrible place if friends didn't help each other out.
I don't know what to say.
I just got an idea.
What's that?
The coop is for sale. Now, I've been thinking of buying it myself, but I don't see any reason I can't share it with you. I mean, you are my best friend. Why don't we buy it together, and we can be partners?
You really think it's a good investment?
Honey, I know it is. Now, as your business manager, I think the first thing you should do is find a way to get that money out of Justin Marshall. You all right, Josie? You look a little tired.
Oh, yeah, I am. I got back from Dallas about 3 a.m. Didn't get much sleep.
Will you promise me that you're going to go home and get some rest?
Sure.
Okay, I better be on my way. I have to open up the shop, but
I just thought I'd stop by, see how you and Ashley were.
I appreciate it, Paige. I know Ashley would, too. I'm just sad that I didn't get back to be with her when she needed me. But it was impossible. Our whole future is on the line.
Is it really that serious, Jess?
Paige, I have to get the money. If we lose the A-side chain, we lose everything. Every investor. Every lease. Marshall Oil will fold. There'll be nothing left.
What are your chances of getting the money?
I've been digging for gold here and coming up with sand. But I'll get that money, one way or the other. I have never rolled over and played dead before in my life, and I'm not starting now.
Good old Marshall positive thinking.
Have to. Have to. Everything is at stake. I just wish that Ashley were here so that I could go out and get out of here and make these contacts on a more personal level.
What time do you expect her?
Oh, anytime soon. She's coming here with a lawyer.
A lawyer?
Yeah, it's her Aunt Hildy's lawyer is coming with her.
Why?
Her Aunt Hildy stipulated in the will that it be read in front of Ashley and her husband.
Wonder what that means.
Beats me. More trouble, probably.
What do you mean you broke the limousine?
Well, I was tinkering with the motor, and now it won't start.
It's a brand new limousine.
Well, I'll get it working again. I think I can, but Vivian, look, you got to do me a favor.
I don't know anything about cars, let alone limousines.
Just stall Mr. Wheeler for a while.
How am I going to do that?
Vivian! Please, Vivian.
I don't know, John.
Please.
I'll try.
Ah, thanks. You're a doll.
Mr. Wheeler, I didn't know. Are you finished with your long-distance call?
Yes, we tell John to bring the car on. I'm going to the office.
Aren't you going to have another cup of coffee before you go?
No, I don't have time. I've got an
Oh,
appointment.
darn it.
What's the matter?
I made you some special croissants, and they're not any good cold.
Croissant? Oh, well, I don't think I can turn down that offer.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. You'll love them.
How long before they're ready?
They'll be ready before you know it.
How long, Vivian?
It only takes about 15 minutes to mix them all up, and then a little while after that to bake.
No, Vivian, make them for me some other time. I don't have that much time. Tell John to meet me. Never mind, I'll meet John around back.
Mr. Wheeler, wait.
What's the matter?
Well, John's working on the car.
What's the matter with the car?
It won't start.
Since when?
Since John tinkered around with the engine.
You know, ever since we hired that guy, everything's going wrong.
I know, but he's always gotten you where you wanted to go.
Eventually. You know, he got lost last week between here and the office.
He doesn't know his way around Houston real well yet.
And he's always reading the operator's manual.
John reads everything.
Huh. I'm beginning to think we made a mistake in hiring.
Mr. Wheeler, I know I pressured you a little bit into hiring him, but he is going to learn everything there is to know about that car, I promise you.
Well, he'd better, Vivian, because it can't go on like this. How long is it going to take John to fix it?
A little while.
Oh. I'll take the other car.
You can't.
Why? What'd John do to that
He
one?
didn't do anything to it. Miss Wheeler's driving it.
Oh. Call me a cab. I'll be working.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Have I got your attention?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have to swear you to secrecy.
Secrecy? Why?
Because the man doesn't want anyone to know where he is.
What man?
The man at the ranch.
Brad. Now, who is this?
Promise?
I promise I won't say a word.
Not even to Dad?
Not even anything to find out what's going on here.
Okay. The night of the storm, a man came to the ranch. He was injured when his car crashed. And he scared Ginny half to death. She almost shot him.
Good heavens.
She missed. And when she saw how badly he was hurt, she took him in and cared for him.
Well, is he all right now?
Well, his injuries will take time to heal, but nothing serious.
So what you're saying is that the man is staying out at the ranch, but he doesn't want anyone to know where he is?
Yes.
Brad, now who is this mystery man?
Miles Rehnquist.
Now you're saying that like I'm supposed to know who he is.
He's a famous geologist.
Well, I've never heard of him.
Well, I heard a lot about him in grad school. He's kind of eccentric. He's led an adventurous, dangerous life. His ideals can get him into a lot of trouble. He insists upon secrecy. Now, that means that they want something from him, and he doesn't want them to have it.
They, them.
The ones who want to exploit his knowledge.
For what?
For profit. And Miles Rehnquist won't be party to that, not if it means raping the land and ruining the environment.
So he's an ecology freak.
Oh, far from it. No, he's special, Rena. Can he use your cottage to recover in?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess it would be all right.
Thank you, Rena. I mean it.
Your Mr. Miles Rehnquist has got me intrigued. Well, if nothing else, he should be a fascinating man to meet.
Well, he might be a man who's in a lot of trouble, and I just hope we can keep him safe for a while.
Karen, tell him I'm not in. You get rid of him?
No, she didn't.
Well, yes, it is a big surprise.
I knew you'd be pleased, Justin.
Ruby? Lily, it's nice to see you, darling.
Justin.
I haven't seen you in a long time. I didn't know you knew Ruby.
We're roommates.
Ruby's my best friend.
Well, that pleases me a lot. I've been very worried about you, Lily.
That's very nice of you, Justin.
As of today, I'm also Lurlene's business manager and partner.
Well, that's a very, very smart choice. Ruby here is a very smart lady.
I know. I feel really lucky.
Yeah. Well, look, I hate to break this up, but I got appointments lined up all morning. Oh! Now, my lunch is free. How about a nice long chat over lunch?
Well, actually, we're kind of busy ourselves. But you could do me one little favor.
What's that, darling?
Well, you could be a real sweetie and write Lurleen out a check for $480,000.
Sorry, darling. Marshall Oil's funds are all tied up, including the escrow money for Lurleen's granddaddy's place. Don't you worry about it, Lurleen. You're going to get your money.
Could you please tell us when?
Soon, Ruby.
Could you fix a date?
There's no rush, Justin. I can manage.
Lurleen, honey, if you expect me to be your business manager, you're going to have to let me do the talking.
But if Justin doesn't have the money right
Lurleen's
now...
shy. She needs the money.
It's all tied up.
Well, Lurleen needs some assurance. I mean, it's not like she expects something for nothing.
Lurleen, why don't you go on and wait outside? All this talk about money is bound to be boring to you.
Sure. Lurleen, please stay here. Why don't you have a seat?
Okay.
Lurleen's willing to be reasonable.
And you, little lady? I want to have a little talk with you. Just sit right down over here. Just listen to what I have to say.
I'm listening.
In the first place, if you think Marshall Oil is going to fold, it isn't.
Well, Lurleen got a little nervous when she heard about all the problems you were having with your Ace High gas station chain.
Lurleen, darling, I just want you to relax. Known you for a long time, haven't I? I'm going to take care of you.
When is the escrow money going to be released?
Soon, very soon, Ruby.
Well, I'm just looking out for what's mine. Or should I say my clients. I just have Lurleen's interest at heart. She's a poor, homeless orphan.
You're a pistol, Ruby.
You bought that ranch from her granddaddy, and you owe her the money, Justin.
And I'll pay her. You know that. Don't you, Lurleen? Well, wish I could sit here and talk to you ladies all day. Hope to see you real soon.
Oh, it was real nice seeing you again, Justin.
Sure, Lurleen.
Well, Lurleen, we might as well go. I guess we made our point.
Nobody can make that point better than you, Ruby. I like that velvet glove you wear. Right over that iron fist of yours.
Oh, no. looking for, hon?
Oh, nothing important. It's just my sketchbook.
Oh. You know, I've been meaning to talk to you about those sketches, Nita.
Yeah?
Well, I started thinking about them, and Elliot had liked them a lot. So had I. And the more I thought about them, the more I thought I'd like to see how one of your designs looked. So, I sent some of your sketches to Miriam, who's working on a mock-up of one of them.
A mock-up?
Well, yeah, so that we can see what it looks like on one of the models.
Oh. I don't know what to say.
Well, it was supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, Paige, my drawings, they're not good enough for...
Nita,
no, I don't think you should...
underestimating yourself. Now, those sketches could wind up to be a very important line for this boutique. Miriam is working on one. She says it looks fabulous.
Oh.
Honey, now we're friends, right?
Yeah.
Now, you told me that you wanted to do something special with your life. This could be your chance. What are you afraid of?
Oh, I'm afraid people will make fun of them.
People are not going to make fun of you. You have real talent. Everyone that saw those sketches said so.
Oh, not everyone.
I was expecting this. Billy Joe, right? Nita, he didn't mean what he said. He didn't even know you'd done them.
That's just the point. He didn't know. He thought they were common. And he hoped you weren't considering carrying them. Paige, what if he was right?
He isn't. Whose taste do you trust more, Billy Joe's or mine?
Yours.
Okay. Pretty silly, huh?
Oh, I appreciate this, Paige. Oh, I really do. It's so exciting. But I'm scared.
But it's gonna be okay. Just wait until you see the fuss that people are gonna make over the sketches once they're really a reality. And it's gonna be real exciting, and then you're gonna be on your way, kid.
Oh, but I'm still scared.
Elena, I'm sorry I didn't catch you at the coop the other night, but I got there kind of late.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, I left right after the show anyway.
Elena, I wanted to thank you for not giving those letters to Vicki Bellman. I know you got a lot of hate built up against Ruby, but I sure am glad you didn't do it.
Look, if Ruby had been the only one involved, I would have given them to Mrs. Bellman in a minute. But you were involved too, and I just couldn't do that to you.
Thanks, Elena. I really appreciate that.
Billy Joe, I know that I haven't been the best friend to you, and I was thinking maybe this can make up for some of the things that I've done.
It has, Elena. I just wish you could forgive Ruby.
Oh, Billy Joe, I can't do that.
When she wrote those letters, she was a lot younger and she was a lot angrier.
I don't care why she did it, Billy Joe. She thinks that she can just run her little self all over Houston.
Just listen to me, will you?
What?
Ruby was just trying to make a name for herself in Nashville. And some station manager at one of Vicki Bellman's stations treated her like dirt. She was just trying to get even, that's all.
That's no excuse for what she did. She ruined Stryker Bellman's career.
I'm not defending what she did, Elena. I just want to make you see why she did what she did.
Forget it.
Well, what are you going to do with the letters now?
I guess I'm going to give him back to Ruby. You're certainly no use to me now. I'll see you later.
Elena? I'd like you to work on my show.
Billy Joe, you don't have to do that.
No, I don't have to, but I want to.
Well, thanks. We'll talk about it, okay?
Elena, you're really something.
Why?
Well, I'd expect to see you coming in here jumping for joy, but now instead you seem like you're sad about something.
Why should I be jumping for joy?
Oh, when you got your hands on those letters, you got rid of Bo Baker for good. For once and for all, darling, and you ought to be real proud of yourself for doing that.
I'll see you later.
What you're planning on doing. What? You see, I've been racking my brain and I've got no answers. Unless we move fast, World Oil is going to outbid us for that A-side chain. I know that. I've been racking my brain too. So frustrating. Tell me about it. Well, where are we going to get the money? I'm going to get that money even if I have to steal it. You know, if you can't get the money, we're going to have to do something fast to protect Marshall Oil. DJ, without the Ace-High chain, there will be no Marshall Oil. Why'd you invest all your money in one thing? That's no way to run a company. I don't need a lecture. Why weren't you diversifying right from the beginning? You know, you're supposed to be a pretty smart fella. You're not sounding like a smart fella. I needed time, DJ. Time to diversify. Well, I wish we had more. Isn't there anyone that'll give you a loan in memory of your father or the Marshall name? There is no such thing as a loyal money source. And we're out of the running. Like hell we are. You got something in mind, Justin? Because if you do, I want to know about it, because that's the only way I'm going to help you, and I'm fresh out of ideas. If things get real bad, I'll arrange for personal loan. Do you have any idea what interest rate they're charging? 28%, I've already checked. That'll kill us paying off a loan like that. Sure does beat the other option. What's that? Letting Rena Decker get the Ace-High chain for World Oil. I would rather be dead than have something like that happen. Flat out dead.
I wanted you to know that I'm leaving the apartment.
How come?
Well, you know, Ruby's moved a friend of hers in with us. It's just getting a little too crowded. I mean, well, I was figuring of moving out anyways because it's just too small for somebody who's got his own TV show.
Where you moving to?
Well, that kind of depends.
On what?
Well, whether I'm getting a place for one person or if I'm getting a place for three.
Oh, Billy Joe.
Nita, I want you and the baby to move in with me.
Will you stop doing this to me? I can't. I told you before, I can't.
You are stubborn, Nita. Give me one good reason why I can't do it.
No, I don't want to get into this.
Because I can give you 10 good reasons why you should start right off the bat with the fact that we still love each other. Come on, Nita, I'm waiting. Give me one good reason why I can't do it.
I think you better go, Billy Joe.
Nita. Honey, I'm not trying to upset you. I hate to do this. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It's not you, Billy Joe. It's I had a bad day. I think I should be alone.
Sure. I'll see you tomorrow then. Nita, if you won't move back in with me, how about at least having dinner with me tonight?
All right.
Wait a minute, did you just say yes?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Rena, I'm really glad you could come out here with Brett today.
Well, the way she piqued my curiosity, you couldn't keep me away.
Rena loves a mystery, so I gave her one. I convinced her that Miles is a living legend.
What do you think, Ginny? Is this living legend exciting?
Well, it's been different. He does have a rather odd kind of charm.
Well, I can't wait to meet this man. Tell us more.
Brett knows more than I do about him.
I already told you what I read and heard about him in college.
But tell us more.
Well, for one thing, he knows more about the internal secrets of the earth than anyone. It's like a divining rod when it comes to detecting oil or precious minerals. And nobody knows how he does it because he refuses to divulge his methods to anyone.
Well, if he's as good as you say, why is he keeping you the secret?
Oh, that's part of his fascination. He has been offered millions of dollars to give away his secrets, and he refuses to. He's been threatened, cajoled, even kidnapped by the people who want his knowledge.
An element of danger here. This is fascinating. Is he doing work out here?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. Did he say anything to you, Ginny?
He's been very tight-lipped about himself and what he does. But I do remember something.
What?
Well, the night they came to the ranch, I dragged him in out of the storm. He was delirious, and he kept repeating something over and over again.
What's that?
I'm not sure. It was like Hi-to-pa.
Hi-to-pa? Hi-to-pa.
That's the best I can remember.
That doesn't make much sense to me. Hi-to-pa.
On the doctors.
I hate to have to tell you this, but your brother's been shot.
Could you, somebody please tell me how my brother is, please?
Can Lou be saved by Nola's fortune?
This is Dr. Jeff Manning. He's the best surgeon in the world. If you operate, he could die.
He's going to die if we don't operate.
The Doctors, weekdays.
Hey, Ashley. Hi. When did you get back?
Oh, I just got in.
Have you seen Justin?
No. I'm not looking forward to it either.
Why? What's wrong?
We're reading the will this afternoon.
Yeah, Just told me that when I saw him this morning.
Paige, I am scared to death that my Aunt Hildy has something in that will that's really going to ruin my life.
What makes you think that?
Well, why did she stipulate that Justin had to be there for the reading?
Ashley, I wouldn't get worried about something that hasn't happened. I have a feeling that you're getting riled over nothing.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I hope so. At least it won't take me long to find out. I'm on my way to the office now.
You know I'm your friend, right?
Yes.
And no matter what happens, I want you to come tell me because I care a lot about what happens to you, too.
I know that. You know, that's the reason I came. I guess I just had to hear it. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, keep your fingers crossed.
I will, but I have a feeling you're worrying for no reason.
Oh, there's a reason, all right. Gosh, Paige, you know Justin as well as I do, and I just hope that... I hope you're right.
Mean anything to you?
No. I wish it did.
This thing gets more and more intriguing all the time.
Rena, it's very important that Miles' presence here is kept a secret.
Oh, Brett, hammer that into my head, Jenny.
Rena!
Hi, darling.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Brett.
Hey, where's Steve?
Oh, he's helping Rusty with the chores.
I understand you've been having quite a bit of excitement out here.
Well, yes. If you want to call it that.
Don't you like that?
No, I don't. Brett, have you heard anything from Lurleen lately?
No, not really, but I do know how to get in touch with her.
Oh, could you? Oh, I'd appreciate that. I miss that girl. I just hope she's all right. I don't want her to think that I'm checking up on her.
Kate, you know you surprised me.
Why's that?
Well, you're so concerned about Lurleen, but if you had your way, you'd throw Miles out into the night.
Well, there's a lot of difference between the two of them.
What's that?
Well, Lurleen has always been up front with me. But I don't know anything about that professor. Until I do, I'm going to reserve my opinion.
An excellent idea. I'm going to win you over yet.
I just want to know what's going on, that's all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was interrupting.
Oh, no, you're not interrupting. I brought Rena here to meet you. a very trusted friend. Miles Rehnquist, Rena Decker.
Miss Decker?
Mrs. But Rena will be fine. How do you do, Mr. Rehnquist? You are my first living legend.
How's my favorite sister doing, huh?
Why are you in such a good mood?
Oh, I got my reasons.
Well, keep them to yourself if you don't mind.
You know, I think you ought to get yourself ready for a wedding.
Whose?
Mine and Nita's.
What are you talking about, Billy Joe?
Nita's gonna have dinner with me tonight.
So?
Don't you see, Ruby?
No, I don't see, and I'm not in the mood to play the games with you right now.
Well, having dinner is just the first step.
There's a big difference between having dinner and getting married, Billy Joe. And if you think Nita's going to come running back to you, you are setting yourself up for a big disappointment.
I'll get her back, Ruby. Maybe it'll take a little time, but Nita and Billy Joe Jr. are going to move into that beautiful mansion that I'm building for them.
Does Nita even know about the house yet, Billy Joe?
Well, no, I haven't told her. I didn't want to scare her off, but I told her I was moving out of the apartment.
Well, you didn't tell me.
Well, that apartment is just too small for 3 people, darling. I need something bigger. I mean, don't you think I should find a place better suited for a big TV star?
So where are you going to live?
Well, I don't know yet, but I figure with the money I'm making, a place like that shouldn't be too hard to find. In the meantime, though, I can move into the trailer.
The trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Billy Joe. That is really great. The TV magazines are going to just love that. The star of the Billy Joe show living in some rinky-dink beat-up trailer. Why don't you use your head?
Ruby, what is eating you? I mean, I expect to see you on top of the world today.
Why?
Because now that Bo Baker's gone, all your worries are over.
Yeah, well, all my worries are going to be over when I have those letters right here in my hand.
Well, you just might get them, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I talked to Lena earlier today. She said she's going to give you the letters back.
I'll believe it when I see it.
What is wrong with you, Ruby?
I just don't trust her, Billy Joe.
Well, you should. When Elena makes a promise, she's going to keep it. Not like some other people that I know. And if I were you, I'd get on my hands and knees and thank Elena for what she did for you.
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got to go work. If I don't, her daddy will have my hide.
You work for World Oil?
Yes, but you don't have to worry. My lips are sealed.
You must think all of this is crazy.
I won't pass judgment, Mr. Rehnquist. You just get well. We might meet sometime again.
I'm sure we will.
Well, feel free to move in the cabin whenever you want to. It's a very special place to me.
Thanks again, Rena.
I have to go, too. I have to drive Rena back to town. Ginny, would you tell Kate that I'll definitely check on Lurleen for her?
Oh, thanks a lot, Brett.
Sure.
Thanks for coming by, Rena.
Bye.
Bye. Nice people.
Yes, they are. And Rena's a very busy lady.
Yeah, she seems very bright.
She is.
I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me.
Well, the important thing is that you get well and be safe. Besides, you've added a lot of excitement in my life.
Well, how about some more excitement? How about an exciting game of gin?
Okay?
Okay, I'll get that.
Now, considering my condition, you have to give me a handicap.
Considering the way I play cards, you don't get one.
Oh, Ginny.
Yeah.
It's Ryan calling from Venezuela.
Oh, thanks, Kate. I'll take it in the kitchen. Excuse me.
He's her husband.
Come in.
Hello, Ruby.
Hello, Elena. What can I do for you?
I think I have something that belongs to you.
I'm sorry. I was unable to accompany you back to Savannah.
I understood that. You already had all you could handle.
You're shaking. What's wrong?
I guess I'm just still reacting to the trip and everything.
I love you.
have you. Karen? He's here. Fine. Fine, send him in.
Justin, I love you too. Hello.
Hello. Mr. Marshall? Farnsworth. Hope this isn't going to take too long. I have a very busy schedule today.
Well, if you'd accompanied your wife to Savannah, we could have had this all cleared up by now.
I'm a very busy man, Farnsworth. Can we get on with this?
Whatever you say, Mr. Marshall.
No, why don't you take a seat?
Thank you. Now, you understand that Mrs. Marshall is the principal beneficiary under the will.
What exactly does that mean?
Well, Mrs. Marshall, it means that you'll be assuming some very heavy responsibilities.
Sounds like this is going to cost me a bundle.
Are you aware, Mr. Marshall, there are minor children involved here?
Yeah. Ashley told me she had a younger sister, and her Aunt Hildy had a son. What about him?
Mr. Marshall, I urge you not to take this lightly.
I get the feeling this is all leading up to me being asked to pay for the support for a couple kids.
May I continue, please?
You know, I think I have this all figured out. You see, your Aunt Hildy, she went and squandered every last cent she had on those vacations she used to take in Europe. And now you've come here to ask us to foot the bill. Is that true?
Mr. Marshall, please. Mrs. Marshall's aunt was a very shrewd woman. I've handled her finances for years.
Mr. Farnsworth, did Aunt Hildy leave any money at all to help support Gregory and Allison?
Indeed she did, Miss Marshall. Your aunt left you $40 million.
They're all here.
Yes, they are.
Thank you. I guess I owe you one.
Look, Ruby, I want to set you straight on something, okay?
What?
I didn't do this for you. Now, if you had been the only one involved, I would have given them to Vicki Bellman in a minute. But other people would have gotten hurt. Ricky and Billy Joe.
Whatever your reasons are, Elena, I'm really grateful. Really grateful. And I want you to know that you have a job singing here as long as you want it.
Oh, I'm sure your gratitude will last until I walk through the door.
Can't we try to get along, Elena? Forget all this stuff that's happened in the past.
No, Ruby. I don't ever want to forget how much you hurt me. Now, I'll sing here at the Coop. But other than that, I don't ever want to have anything to do with you.
Our guest has arrived?
Yes, sir. He's in the car.
Howdy, Bo. Glad you could make it. Now, shall we get down to business?